Hello and welcome back to the Agostinho Zinga show with your host, Agostinho Zinga, and this is episode number 884. That is Ocho Cuatro with your host, Agostinho Zinga, coming at you live and direct from an undisclosed location somewhere in the depths of London. Where you doing? How you doing? Where you doing? How you doing? How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling? Great, amazing. How am I? Not good. Not good in the slightest, not good in the slightest, primarily because I haven't been training as much as I wanted to this week due to some unspecified, undiagnosed, constantly annoying fucking illnesses. But I'm back now, pumped and ready to flip and rock. And another reason why I'm not okay today, United drew 1-1 against Blood Clot Arsenal today. United drew 1-1 against Blood Clot Arsenal. I'm just going to open it up nice and strong. Whoops, of course I didn't set all my stuff up, so apologies for that one. Oh, an idiot. But United drew 1-1 against Arsenal, and I haven't set up all my things on OBS. Standard procedure. You gotta love it, innit? You gotta flipping love it. You gotta freaking love it. So let me just get this all sorted. Bear with me 1 second here. Bish bash bosh. Bish bash bosh. Bang, bang, bang. Is that all done? Yeah, that's all done. Get botwicks up there. Video, capture, display, audio. Boom, we're done. Yep, so United drew 1-1 today against Arsenal. I guess on paper, it's a good result. Because Arsenal are obviously a team that was quote-unquote competing for the league. We're 15th. We need all the points we can get to slowly but surely climb up the league. What for? I don't know what. But I guess on paper, the result isn't too bad. The reality is that in reality, the result was quite bad because Arsenal huffed and puffed. They had a majority of possession, but they didn't really trouble us that much. And if we had our shooting boots on, if we could take our chances, if we had luck on our side, we probably could have won this game. And I don't think Arsenal had any complaints. That's how weird of a game it was. Arsenal had all the possession. Arsenal had the majority of possession, let's say. I thought they dominated the midfield. I thought they troubled us at the back, even though they didn't have a centre forward. I thought they did well in terms of, stretching us across the pitch and stuff. But they did really nothing to really punish us and put us to the death, or put us to the sword. And I think a better team, definitely a team like Liverpool, would have spanked us easily. We didn't really deserve to get anything out of that game, I'm not going to lie. Pretty terrible game, especially with us playing a low block at home against Arsenal. Pretty embarrassing tactics, I think so. But I understand why Ruben Amorim went for it, because we've been on a terrible run of form. The players are on very low confidence. Today there was a planned protest, which was bizarre because it was like a protest march. These honestly, United fans are kind of disgraceful, kind of embarrassing, especially the match-going fans. The match-going fans are fucking embarrassing. Like, they did some protest that involved them marching to the stadium, chanting Glazers out, which I agree with, of course, but then still sitting in the stadium later on. So I guess it was a march with like a delayed arrival at the stadium, but the stadium by the end of the game was completely full. So what was all this walkout thing? What was all this like sending a message? There was nothing, no message was sent there. So very bizarre circumstances. But I think with that in mind, maybe the manager wanted to kind of quell things and not allow us to get spanked and shit. Maybe that's a response to it. I don't know. But I don't like seeing us playing at home with those type of tactics, even against Real Madrids, even against some of the best teams in the world, the Barcelonas, Juventus, whoever they are. I don't like to see United at Old Trafford playing that way, where essentially we've got one person up front and the rest of the people are defending behind the ball, or in this case, everybody's behind the ball. I don't fucking like that, especially when we don't have we don't have the necessary quality up front to punish teams on the counter-attack. But all in all, decent result, I think. Standout. No, I wouldn't say, not even going to say standout. One of the most controversial points of the game was when Højlund came on. He's always in the headlines, Højlund. Bless him. And I guess when he came on, he probably had two of our most clear-cut chances, maybe, on paper. But I think it was kind of unfair, some of the criticism he's been getting. Because I personally thought the first chance he got, where the ball kind of ricocheted into his path, one-on-one with the keeper, and then Rice came back and kind of side tackled and got the ball away from him. I thought that was a world-class tackle, personally. I thought that's the kind of chance only a player or a striker that's on their game, that's like on fire, like a Salah, like those type, like an Isak, a striker that's on their game, that's like, you know, everything they touch just goes into the net, would finish a chance like that. That's a chance that only a striker that's really on their game, on their toes constantly, would finish that. I don't understand why people would expect Højlund, who's had a terrible season, to finish that chance when he hasn't even been scoring the most simplest of chances. So that was never going to happen. I also think the tackle from Declan Rice was very underrated and not being given enough props. I don't think, you know, a lot of defenders, a lot of midfielders were able to get back that way and get the ball away that cleanly of a tackle. That was incredible from Declan Rice. Absolutely incredible. And then the second chance, where I think it was a crossing from the left-hand side, and Højlund for once made a good run towards the near post to flick it in. Again, a good block from Gabriel. Very, very good block. I think he was playing against, you know, again, you know, Saliba and Gabriel are probably two of the best centre-backs in the league, if not Europe. And they are that level for a reason. Also don't concede many goals either. So I wasn't that surprised that he wasn't able to convert. And let's be honest, as much as I like Joshua Zirkzee, you put Joshua Zirkzee in those positions, I think he's also missing. I honestly think if you put Joshua Zirkzee in the same position that Højlund was in for the first chance, where Rice came in and slid tackled him, and the second chance, I think Joshua Zirkzee is also missing. Those are chances that only the toppest of the toppest strikers, the ones who are really on their A game, can finish. And unfortunately for us at the moment, Højlund just isn't at that level now. He might get there sooner rather than later, but he's not at that level now. And I still think, you know, the service isn't really there. You saw what happened with Dalot today. I thought Dalot had one of his worst games he's ever had in a weird way, but also did well when he was going forward. Like, just sums up his performances. Has all the, you know, speed and necessary whatever dribbling speed sometimes to get away from defenders and get some space, but the delivery with right foot or left foot, just terrible. Like, he might put in one good cross every 6 games, maybe, if that. Like, delivery is so consistently terrible. I thought Mazraoui did decently enough, offering another option on the right hand side. Didn't really do much either. I thought Garnacho kind of flattered to deceive again. Very frustrating in certain parts. So when he should shoot, he passes. When he should pass, he shoots. Like, he's very, very average in my personal opinion. I don't think he's United level at all, Garnacho, in the long term. If Rashford isn't United level, I don't think Garnacho is. I don't think Garnacho is better than Rashford in any way, shape or form. And he's fucking garbage. And Bruno Fernandes, man. Bruno Fernandes does it again. I thought Bruno Fernandes was kind of anonymous, I think. He was very anonymous. He didn't really do much. I thought that double pivot with him and Casemiro in the defense was a little bit mediocre too. I thought Casemiro maybe played the better out of the two. I didn't like it towards the second half when they kept kind of, you know, getting deeper and deeper into our half and literally sitting on top of the centre-backs, which effectively is what led to the goal. We weren't really pushing out and pushing Arsenal back. But I thought Bruno Fernandes was anonymous. Another performance that is stat padded. If not for that free kick, like, that's a 0 for me, man. He was pretty shit. But the free kick was obviously clutch. You can't take that away from him. I thought Raya did pretty poorly with the wall as well. I don't think it, you know, a goalkeeper probably would be a bit bothered if the free kick goes in that way, where he just curls it into the space. He didn't really curl it into the top corner, or like it didn't hit the post and go in. Raya probably should have done better, but still give Bruno Fernandes his props for it, because he usually misses a lot of those free kicks. They usually hit the wall or they go over. So the fact that this one free kick he scored was a big relief. I think if we had our shooting boots on, if we were a better team, we probably would have beat this Arsenal side. And I think if you're Arsenal, you should be very frustrated. You should be very frustrated with your manager, very frustrated with your club, because this is opportunity this season to actually win the league. You know, Chelsea going through their transition, Man City falling off, United doing what we're doing now, being 15th. All you really had to battle with was Liverpool. And Arsenal kind of shit the bed, you know. They are, what, 15 points off the top, I think. And effectively, their season was over when they didn't sign a striker in January. That lack of striker in January kind of, you know, left it to chance. And now you're what, relying on Moreno, relying on what's his name, relying on Romano. Who's the guy that I like that played really well? So I thought for Arsenal, he played pretty well. The guy from Brighton. Trossard, Martinelli's come back from injury, but he's not doing too well. I thought Nwaneri had a pretty quiet game, considering how well he's done in past weeks as well. So it's not the greatest, you know. Arsenal kind of shit the bed in that regard. They probably should have done a lot better, all things considered. And they're probably going to rue the opportunity not to sign a striker or some type of attacking talent, whether it's on the wings, to kind of supplement for Saka's long-term injury and shit. And obviously Martinelli been out as much as he has. But, you know, It kind of is what it kind of is. For United, like I said, I don't really care about the match. I'm not going to lie. Most of these games now, I just watch because of habit. I don't watch them because I'm enjoying them. They are devoid of any kind of joy, devoid of any kind of, I don't say, joy is probably the game, devoid of any kind of entertainment, devoid of any quality, especially the game recently we played in the fucking Europa League, like, that nearly made my eyes bleed. Like, legitimately boring, make you fall asleep football, with grossly overpaid players who have no business being at the club, but we have to keep holding them because we don't have nobody else at this current moment. I'm hoping in the summer a lot of these players leave. I hope their contracts get terminated. I hope some of them get pushed out of a moving truck if need be, because I had enough. I really have had enough. It's boring, man, watching these players strut out nonsense after nonsense after nonsense. The Glades aren't really going anywhere, so those protests are pretty pointless, but I would prefer it if we did walk out, actual walkouts, or, you know, decide to do boycotts and not go to games. But these fans, these match-going fans are so annoying. They have this like toxic positivity thing going on where they just want to cheer on the club no matter what, like clapping off the fans during 1-1 at home against Arsenal, playing low block football like stinks, to be honest. And yeah, man, I think we're just going to carry on. We're going to carry on. I think maybe Ruben Amorim, even though we're going to finish so low in the league, probably still deserves one season to get his message across and get his players in there. I'm still a little bit concerned, personally, if I have to be honest. I'm a little bit concerned that it seems like Amorim needs a lot of players to get his message across, you know? We haven't really seen his style of football, his style of play. It seems like he needs his exact profiles to get his message across in any kind of competent way. And I just think at the moment, the league isn't good. The league is not of the level that we should be 15th. We are shit, don't get me wrong, but I don't think the league is that good that we should be 15th. We're not that shit, you know? We're probably just as bad as Arsenal, you know? Just as bad as they are. And they're somehow second in the league. So we have to fix up that regard. And I think Ruben Amorim has got a lot to kind of prove. Because so far, it's not been good. I'm not going to lie. It's not been good. Some of the formations, some of the selections, the over-reliance on Bruno, that some players get played through the ground, other players get rotated in and out all the time. It's just a bit of a madness. Like, you know, the Anthony loaning and not getting another player in to replace him. Like, just weird things up and down all over the place. But we have to give him also props and the club props. The one shining thing to come out of this game, was the performance of Ayden Heaven. Ayden Heaven, wow. 18 years old. He came from the academy at Arsenal this season basically, right? Went straight into the first team squad. And the last couple of appearances I've seen from him, this kid looks like a baller. And I'm going to stick my neck out and say, I think Ayden Heaven is going to have a better career at United than Chiobi Martin. I think Chiobi Martin looks a little bit callous, I'm not going to lie. Like, I like his energy, I like his passion, whatever, but he doesn't look that great. I'm not going to lie, he looks a little bit, you know what I mean? But Ayden Heaven, I can't say Ayden Mullins, Ayden Heaven, off the eye alone, off the eye test only, off the naked eye, you can tell this kid's a baller. Played at the centre back, came on at halftime for Lenny Euro, who got injured. God almighty, the aggression, the physicality, the athleticism, the speed across the ground, the composure on the ball, the passing range, the heading ability, the tackle, tenacity, revving up the crowd when he tackled Martinelli and got the free kick. Nah, Ayden Heaven is going to have a good career at United. And I like the fact that he's playing under Ruben Amorim in this like back three system, which is going to, I think, help him develop his game in that regard. He'll probably play way better if he played in a standard back four as one of the centre backs. But I think he's so versatile. He looks really good, where I think he could play along the whole back line and defensive midfield. He looks like he's got the ability to drive in the midfield. He's got a little bit of a drop of a shoulder. He's got a little bit of a dribble in him. I've seen him score some goals in the youth leagues that look pretty decent as well. So he's got attacking, you know, instincts. But this Ayden Heaven kid, he looks like a player. He looks like a real baller. He's the only kind of shining light I thought for his performance. He looked really fucking good. So big up Ayden Heaven for doing his ting. Big up Ayden Heaven for doing his ting. Okie dokie. Let's move on. Let's talk a little bit about this. So this is courtesy of the Berghain community subreddit, and it's a pretty bleak topic, unfortunately, we have to discuss. I know I like to discuss these things at the beginning of the podcast like I did previously, but hey, here we are. This is a topic that was posted a couple of days ago on the Berghain community subreddit, the best subreddit out there. So if you want all your Berghain fucking related news and updates, all that malarkey, you know where to go. And the title is Grape at Berghain. Happened last Sunday, the 2nd of the 3rd of March, early morning at Panorama Bar toilet, so at the beginning of the club nut. The perpetrator is a guy with a big Berghain tattoo on his neck, right above his Adam's apple. He said he's from Italy, living in Manchester, and on the guest list of Lakuti. I don't know if that's true. If you have heard of, seen of something, please let me know. The police LK14 is involved. Update. Thanks to the community, his Instagram name and phone number is known. He was seen flying to Manchester on Tuesday. 3 other people have also told me that the guy has been harassing or even assaulting them. My question, does anyone know his full name? Did anyone see or hear anything about the fight in the Pano toilet early Sunday morning? The police need witnesses. If you have experienced an assault yourself, please go to the police. They are trustworthy and do a good job. Now, this is pretty wild because, as you guys know, I have a special place in my heart for Berghain. I fucking love that place. I'm weirdly obsessed with that place. I'm sure some of you guys out there are the same. And I have to be honest, the first thing I thought of when I saw this was I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often. I'm not going to lie. Considering the times I've gone there, considering how loosey-goosey people get, considering how crazy people get in there, I'm surprised this doesn't happen more often in there. It probably says a lot about the community. It says a lot also about the people that go there, let's be honest too. That by and large, no matter how many hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people that pass through those doors every single weekend they're open, right? From Friday, basically from Saturday to Monday, that this doesn't happen more often. It's a testament to how they are able to read people at the door. They're able to sift out all the wankers when they're in there and chuck them out. And just the selection, you know, I guess the filter that happens because they have such a strict door policy in the first place. It is commendable. It really is commendable, and they deserve props for it. But as relating to this topic, it's really heartbreaking to hear, incredibly heartbreaking, because I've seen instances in there which have been unfortunate where people have kind of got a little bit too smashed. And from what I've seen anyway, sometimes the assistance and help from the people that work in Berghain isn't the greatest. I've seen people just get chucked out if they're too fucked up and shit. You know, there's not a lot of like, I guess it's hard for them to actually care and figure out what they can do for people, but they usually just chuck you out and point you the direction towards, I think there's an ambulance around a corner or some sort of tent about, you know, harm reduction or something, I don't know. And that's what they usually do. I remember one time I was with this girl and she was getting really, well no, when I bumped into her, she was already kind of fucked up, and she wasn't not getting fucked up. She might have been fucked up on GHB or something, and I was trying to help her find her friends, and eventually a security guard found her and kind of dragged her away from me and just basically chucked her outside, and I had to keep running after them with her bag in my hand and hand it to her on the outside. And then they're like looking at me like I did something, and I had to kind of explain, no, I was just in there, she fell on top of me, and I just kind of was trying to help her find her friends, but I quickly realized that she was off her head, and she just got left to go outside on her own. And God bless that lady. I don't know what happened to her in the end, but you know, she was very skimpily dressed young lady on her own, you know, early morning, and she just got left outside with no friends, no phone with charge and shit. Hopefully she figured it out, but you know, like, people go in there and they're a little bit too loosey-goosey. But in this regard, no matter how loosey-goosey the person is, this is obviously horrible. Can't imagine how distressing this must have been for the person to go to a place like Berghain, which is essentially like an adult playground and adult, you know, funfair circus vibes, and then to be encountered with such a horrible incident. Cannot understand how troubling or hurtful that must be for the person. So definitely thoughts and feelings go out with them. And I'm glad, obviously, the update is that the person has been somewhat identified, which is going to make it easier to persecute them, you'd imagine, or something along those kind of lines. And you also have to say thoughts and feelings go out to Lakuti, the DJ, because imagine what she must feel like. Somebody that you put on your guest list ends up doing something to somebody like that. That's going to make you not trust people anymore. You're going to be so untrusting of humans in general. You're going to lose your faith in humanity, in society at large, if somebody that you are friendly with on Instagram and put on a G list ended up raping somebody. Absolutely crazy. But considering the amount of people who are talking about it on the Berghain subreddit, considering the amount of upvotes, considering the amount of comments, I'm sure there's been loads of comments on the Berghain music. Let me actually check. Actually, there's a Berghain music Telegram group as well that I'm a part of. That's pretty decent with the updates. I'm pretty sure a bunch of people have probably spoken about it on there as well. I'm sure eventually the person will be identified and charged and shit, and it will all be sorted. I'm sure of it. There's no doubt in my mind that that person is definitely going to get found, and they're not going to get away with it. But God Almighty, man, what a crazy, crazy situation. All in all, let's see if I can find it here. Anybody talking about it? I need info of mine. Nope. Okay. So far, I've not seen anything. Let's just type in the words RA and see if anyone said nothing. Hey, I gotta ask something. Okay, cool. Somebody mentioned it? No, okay. No mention so far. Fair play. No mention of it on the Berghain community sub, but yeah, man, really, really heartbreaking news. And then of course, Lakuti also commented on it because I guess it was brought up to attention. And Lakuti did something that I don't think was too smart. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not too sure how in trouble she may get for this, no? In terms of defamation, libel, whatever. I don't know. This might have not been the best tactic to go with, but I understand the frustration and the anger and the confusion and the hurt and the betrayal she must feel from the person. But Lakuti responded to this allegation on Instagram and posted the picture of the alleged person. I don't think the person is on the right because I think that's Julian Alvarez. I think so. The former Man City and now Atletico Madrid player. I think that's him on the right hand side. And on the left hand side is the person who everybody is suggesting may have committed the act because of the very distinctive Berghain tattoo on their neck, which is absolutely crazy, by the way. To get a Berghain tattoo logo on your neck is fucking insane. It probably should be the first sign that you're a fucking psycho, and you probably shouldn't be allowed in the club just based off that anyway. But let's read the caption courtesy of Lakuti, one of the Berghain and Panorama Bar DJs. She says as much. She says here, it's been brought to my attention that this character assaulted somebody in the club last week and mentioned knowing me. I have no association with this individual whatsoever. This individual heard Tamasoma and Lakuti. Tamasoma, I guess, is Lakuti's, I think, wife or girlfriend. I don't know who they are. I play a queer festival a few years back in Manchester. He followed me on Instagram and would write me politely about music. I do answer to people, and I have never believed in any hierarchies or have ever put myself above others. Now it turns out this individual has gone on to sexually assault somebody. This is now a police matter. I am heartbroken for the victim, and this adds more things to be jaded about in this world. I will not be so easily trusting and will no longer be answering to strangers on my social media. If you are witnessing, please reach out to the Berlin police, LK14. Do you know this individual on the left? It is brought to my attention that the other person on the right is a footballer. Once again, I'm talking about the individual on the left. Yeah, so you know what's funny about this? You know what's funny? And this is just a random anecdote. You know what's funny about this? I just remember this right now. One of my other really bad, I won't say bad interactions. One of my other not so good interactions, actually, funny enough, was in Lakuti. You know, I think I was standing again. I don't know how I come across. Maybe it's the way I come across. I was standing in the Panorama Bar next to the doors, like, you know, that in one of those pillars, skanking, doing my thing. And Lakuti came in, I think with Tamasoma, I think so, or maybe somebody else, about to go and play. And as they were coming in, they were getting highs and greetings from everybody, right? So I thought I could just hi and greet them too. So I said, hey, Lakuti, big fan, da da da. And I didn't get the most friendliest of hellos back, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit like, do you know what I mean? Instantly, when I was in line of sight. Everybody else got like a nice hi and a little cheery wave. When I said something, immediately her face kind of like changed a little bit. So it's funny that people like this sometimes are very trusting of the Mundeles, right? They're very trusting of the fucking Caucasians. But when sometimes you come across other Negros, you know, it can get a little bit weird in there. And I'm sure people that have been to Berghain, been to Panama know what I'm talking about. You know, I go out of my way, to be honest, to always salute when I see another black individual in there because it's so rare. And when you do, you know, it's kind of nice just to say hi, what's up and shit. Sometimes it's not received the greatest because, you know, we're not the monolith and some people just think, why the fuck you say hello to me? Go fuck yourself, I don't know you. But most of the time people are quite cool about it. Or there's that sometimes, you know, there's that Berghain attitude. No, Berlin attitude actually with black people where they're like, oh, I want to be the only cool black person here. Do you know what I mean? Like, because they're like the one cool black person in their group. And they see you and they don't want you to take over their spot of being the cool black person in their group. So they can get a bit weird. So that's just an anecdote. It doesn't mean anything, you know. It doesn't mean that she deserved this to happen to her. It doesn't mean that it's okay what happened. None of this. But it's just funny. It's just funny that I got a very frustrating reaction. I'm not too sure if it was because the way my pupils were dilated, the way my jaw was swinging. Maybe I was sweating too much. Maybe I came too close in contact. I don't know. I could have done something too. It could have been all in my head. Who knows? But I do distinctly remember her not being the most warmest, let's say. But here she is, you know, politicking and he-keying and he-heeing, with some random dude on IG who eventually ends up going to fucking grape somebody in a fucking panel toilets. Wild, isn't it? Absolutely wild. But regardless, I think it also goes to show, like, just in general, just how weird, like, it is for DJs in general, isn't it? Like, that level of celebrity. Because it's not a celebrity where, like, you're, like, super famous or you're getting stopped in the street. But it's still a celebrity where, like, randoms are reaching out to you wanting to, like, be your friend. And you probably shouldn't, you know, especially if you're a woman, you probably shouldn't be that trusting to anybody, especially if you're a DJ playing at Berghain. Like, I don't know, there should be, like, maybe other nights, maybe if you're playing in, like, smaller sort of regions, right, or less popular regions, less touristy regions, maybe offering up your guest list is a good idea. But I don't think it's the best idea if you're playing at that sort of level to be just giving your guest list spots out to, like, randoms in the DMs. Because you don't know these people. Like, you don't know what they're up to. You don't know who they are, what they're gonna, like, you have no idea. And I think a G-list is like a vouching, isn't it? Like, you're almost vouching for people with a G-list. I think so. Maybe I'm not the person to say it, but I think you're vouching for somebody with a G-list. It's almost like recommending someone for a job. You're vouching for them. You're like saying, yeah, you know, like, this is somebody that I respect, somebody I rate, somebody I trust, and that person is then, you know, taking your word for it. But if that person fucks up, then it looks badly on you, you know, it comes back on you. So, you know, that's how it should be, really. But I guess maybe some DJs feel lonely. Maybe that's part of it. As a job, maybe it is kind of isolating because you're gigging all around the world. You're traveling at very unsociable hours, right? Most DJs play between like Thursday and Sunday in Europe, around the world. You probably don't see your friends Monday to Wednesday because they're working 9 to 5, and you might be record shopping or coming down. So it's a bit maddening. So maybe that's why DJs are so open to, like, talking to strangers. But I think as a woman, you probably should be a little bit wary of, like, just, you know, becoming friends with strangers on the DMs. And just in general, you probably shouldn't be so trusting to giving random people spots on your G list if you don't know them. It doesn't make any sense, really, you know? It doesn't really make any sense. So very heartbreaking news, very troubling news, all in all. But I also think there needs to be I think, an honest conversation, a grown-up conversation, which, you know, I don't know who's going to have it because I don't, you know, it's not my place to put those conversations out there. But I think there needs to be a grown-up conversation around, like, consent and around personal responsibility and shit when it comes to clubbing. Because I think sometimes people go out and they're so naive, they're so fucking oblivious to what's going on in and around them. They're not very street smart. And I think a lot of these things can be avoided if there's some level of, like, accountability, responsibility, and just, you know, whatever else when it comes to going outside. Because I feel like nightlife in general is inherently dangerous. Like, it really is. I've never understood this whole, like, safe space nonsense. Like, maybe putting on a party for a certain community of people that you represent who are underrepresented, who maybe get objectified, who maybe get assaulted and harassed in clubs is a good idea because there's safety in numbers. But I don't think there's ever going to be a safe space at nightlife. It doesn't exist. It's a fucking myth. A safe space, you know, you're not even safe in your own home, you know? Like, someone could break in and fucking do a madness as well. So to expect that you're safe in a nightclub with everybody off their heads and shit at night in dark places is fucking insane. So I would like to see way more responsibility in that regard, because I feel like a lot of these instances, especially when I hear of instances of, like, spiking and stuff, it's like, bro, like, what are you doing with your drinks? You just, like, you know, you go to Berghain, and I don't know if it's the same, but I think in the front of Panorama Bar of the DJ booth, there's like a little, like, silver thing, and people just leave their drinks there. They're dancing, they'll turn their back to the DJ, people just leave their drinks on the side there, unattended, open. They didn't want to put whatever nonsense they want inside it. It's just like, come on, man, like, you gotta, like, be on it a little bit. You know what I mean? You gotta give yourself a little bit more of a chance in these situations. But it is obviously horrible no matter what happened. It is fucking disgusting, and hopefully that person gets, you know, the full force of the law is going to come down on them in some respects. But I am hoping that this could be an eye-opener, a wake-up call for some people to, you know, to be a bit more responsible when they go out, and kind of make sure that they're not in a position, or they don't put themselves in a position that some person with evil intent could take advantage of them. Because sometimes evil people, you know, there's no avoiding them. But if there is an opportunity where you can avoid putting yourself in harm's way, why not? And I think in general, when it comes to DJs, motherfuckers, you niggas need to be way less trusting, man. Just putting random people, like, maybe because I don't do that. Like, I don't go around asking random people for G list, like, you know, unless I know them, and even then, you know, I don't really care that much. ever, because I'm not really bothered about going to green rooms and stuff. Like, if anything, if there was a way to like get like a queue jump in places like Berghain, I'd take that over a fucking G-list. You know what I mean? Just give me a queue jump so I can guarantee that when I walk up, I can just go straight in and pay for my ticket. Because I've seen some people do that, by the way. I don't know who they are. Big up those people. I don't know what level of Berghain attendance that is, but I've seen some people go Berghain and they just walk straight to the front of the door, say hi to the security, say hi to Mishka, say hi to fucking Sven, and then they go in. I don't know what level that is. That's a fucking sick. That's the level I want to get to. Allow the fucking G-listing and sucking somebody off and begging and, you know, sending sending fucking flame emojis in the stories for every fucking story they put out there, hoping that they can fucking double tap your one. No. And yeah, like I said, DJs need to be less trusting because you don't know these people. Yes, we're all in a little community, subculture without the same thing, but you don't know these motherfuckers. Like, you don't know them. At least maybe, I don't know. At least if somebody asks you to put on your G list, maybe have like a process where, like, you know, hey, I'm playing. If you see me, say hi. You know, so you can maybe say hi and you can suss their vibe from just looking at them. You know, you can kind of get a kind of an idea of somebody based on just a first impression. Maybe that's the best way to go about it. Like, if you see me, just say hi, sort of thing. But just giving some random person in the DMs a G list that you don't know. Oof. I can't imagine how fucking guilty Lakuti. It's not her fault. It's definitely not her fault. This guy's a fucking piece of shit, and he's probably ruined it for everybody who's been out there in DMs secretly DMing DJs to get on G list. But God Almighty, man, like, you have to be a little bit precautious with these sort of things. But yeah, thoughts and feelings and strength and prayers go out to the victim of this grape in Berghain, and hopefully the guy who is guilty of this gets convicted. I still don't think this is the smartest thing to do if you're Lakuti, posting a picture of this guy on your Instagram talking about he graped something. Like, I don't know about that. It's a bit mad, but hopefully it works out and the person that is responsible gets the full force of the law on them. The full force of the law on them. Quickly moving on. So this is a random topic. I don't think I mentioned it earlier, but this is regarding Berghain's program today. Friday and Saturday. I'm recording this on Sunday evening, 9:27 p.m. 9th of March, and I don't know, it just made me feel away. I'm not sure why. It shouldn't really, but it did make me kind of feel away. So Berghain and Panorama Bar had two nights that were in celebration of International Women's Day, right? And the first one was this one on Friday the 7th of March, which was FC Girls United, that features Born in Flames, Ace T, Nora, Shuki 287. In Panorama Bar was Jasmine, Mai Eel, Elkie, and Jessie G. And then on the following day, they had this other club night that was all women playing. Entirety of the lineup was all women, right? So in club night in Berghain room, there are Mamim, Marina, Absolute, Bestie Hera, Jacko, LOL Snake, Steffi. In Panorama Bar, they had Bella, Yamora, Natalie Ceres, Shiri, Stacy, Hot Wax, and Virginia, Alinka. And then in Saw, they had The Basement. And I don't know, something didn't sit right with me, because I was like, how are you putting on International Women's Day events, like two of them back to back, but there's not one single Black History Month event? And I know sometimes people can say Black History Month is more of an American thing, but not really. We celebrate Black History Month here in the UK too. We acknowledge that in the history of the UK too. And I just think, considering how whitewashed most modern techno lineup clubs are at the moment, it would have been such a great look to have at least one night on where you had predominantly black people playing on the lineup, or just all black people playing on the lineup to celebrate Black History Month. At least one night. It doesn't need to be the whole month of February, but one night in February would have been fucking good. When you're giving International Women's Day, which I don't know how long that's even been about, 2 days on the lineup in March. I don't know, it just didn't sit right with me, and I wonder why they don't do that. I know they had I forgot the night with what's it called, with this woman. I forgot what that lady's name was, but I remember she used to put on a night here in Berghain, but I think now they've basically boycotted Berghain due to Berghain's lack of statement regarding the war in Gaza and shit. But I just would have thought it would have been a really good chance to kind of mix things up a little bit, and maybe just, have a different type of clientele also come in the club, because they've also got nights on where I feel like they've got a lot of reggaeton happening, dance, club music, and whatever else happening in there that kind of mixes up the vibe. And I would have loved to have seen that with an all black lineup. That would have been fucking sick for Black History Month, because if you can have it for International Women's Day, I think Black History Month deserves at least one day in February where they have all black artists. And maybe they don't do it for a reason. Maybe it is because Black History Month in some European people's eyes is more of a North American thing and not mostly a European thing. But I don't know, maybe it's just the UK. I think we acknowledge it. Maybe I do because I'm black, who knows? But I think we acknowledge it here in the UK. It's something that people observe. So the fact that we don't have it is a bit shitty. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit shitty. But regardless, I guess it's good to see this lineup happening in Berghain regardless. I've seen some early reviews and they've not been the greatest. I think because I think they started this off the first time last year and the crowd was a bit odd. Because I don't know what you do as a door picker. Do you just let people in normally? Do you decide to let more female presenting people in? Like, what do you do? Queer people in? Like, what do you do? Do you turn away all the heteros? Like, how do you door pick for this type of night? I think in general, you should just keep the lineup the way it is. Just let anybody in, right? It shouldn't be, because there's black people playing, only black people are allowed in. It should be everybody's allowed in, but you just change the sound and the vibrations of the club because of who's playing in there. And that will naturally also attract different people who would then contribute to being a whole different night. I think so. That's how you should go about it. But so far from what I've seen on the Berghain community subreddit, the reviews haven't been the greatest. People haven't been enjoying the vibe. It's been a bit odd. So maybe that's some justice, right? For all my fucking black brothers and sisters and in-betweens out there, that we didn't get at least one club night during the month of fucking February. But I guess it is what it is. I guess it is what it is. Continuing on, let's talk about Berghain again, because the April 2025 lineup has come out. The April 2025 program has come out, and my dick is very hard. My dick is very hard because this is one of the best lineups I've seen in a while, and it also lines up with my birthday, which I'm going to go and celebrate over there, and I can't freaking wait. So, to start it off, on the Thursday, the 3rd of April, they've got a crude night happening, which, I'm not really that interested in. Don't know much about them. On the following day, on the Friday, the 4th, they've got a Toy Tonics night. I know a lot about them, which I love, which I definitely would love to go to. I think they've got a Toy Tonics night happening the other day, actually, in Paris. They did some really cool event where they have like an art exhibition where they basically had loads of artwork concerning Toy Tonics and flyers and posters for EPs and shit in a massive warehouse space, or in a massive art gallery space, sorry. And then they also had like an after party, and I think I saw MCDE, Motor City Jumbo Ensemble, was playing on the lineup. So I love that vibe, everything they're doing. I think I said it previously before, I think I'm gonna try to do something here, mostly with taking inspiration from what I've seen at Toy Tonics, from what I've seen at fucking Panorama Bar when I went to Powerhouse and Power Disco, and obviously taking some inspiration from multi-sex that's happening there in Berlin, and do like a fun house night here in London, because we don't have any. I don't feel like we have good house nights here, and I think we definitely need it because everything is so dark, everything is so grungy, everything is so fast, everything is so full of fucking harnesses and chokers and, it's all a bit too aggressive. Let's be a little bit cute. Let's get a bit sexy, and I think Toy Tonics do a good job of doing that. Yeah, euphoric, jubilant, happy music with a little bit of like flirtatious, sexy vibes. And I like Toy Tonics, so I definitely recommend you check that one out. It's got RP Brown playing, Barbara Boeing, Chloe Khaled. How do you pronounce her name? Sorry, she's fucking phenomenal. That'll be super fun, by the way. To see Chloe Khaled play in Paddle Bar would be super fun. Caputi's playing and Kitty Smile. The following day, on the Saturday, the regular club night, you got Terence Fixamer playing. You got Amanda Musi, Andy Martin, and Answer Code Request, DJ Nobu. That's a big one. Millie Magia, Paula Koski, and Rodhad. Again, another smasher. And then you got Paddle Bar, you got Ed Davenport, Galagos, big up Galagos Road from over here. Lucas Deepat. Norman Nodge, we got the legend, Paramida, Paula Tape, great to see her there, and Snad and Violetta. Didn't Paula Tape say she was relying on retiring, or speaking of somebody else? Regardless, it's a pretty decent night. I think I've not heard of a single time DJ Nobu's played at Berghain and he's done badly. Every time he plays it, people fucking go crazy in the fucking updates thread on the Berghain community subreddit. Like, they love him, man. He gets such good reviews. And his mixes online are also incredible. So if you haven't seen DJ Nobu play, I recommend that one. And of course, Rodhad's fucking amazing. Galagos I love in terms of the house music vibes and shit. And you know how much I love Norman Nodge. So big up them. The following week, you got Weirdos Night happening with Ellen Alien, LOL Snake, Mira Van Berlin, Raymond V, and Volvox. Yo, LOL, I feel like LOL Snake plays at Berghain every fucking month, man. She's fucking killing it. Whatever she's done, and I also feel like I've seen less complaints about her on the Berghain community subreddit. I feel like every other time the program was announced, you see people complaining about her inclusion or complaining about her playing. I feel like she's improved and people are now okay with her playing, and she's kind of gotten better, like in by playing more often. But I feel like she plays there every fucking month, man. Big up to her. She's basically a non-official resident. It feels like now. That's a pretty decent lineup. And I love Volvox too. You know how much I love Volvox. Obviously, Ellen Allion's a fucking legend. Then you've got a Steel City Dance Disc night happening that features Bay to Bay. DJ Heartstrings would be sick. Juice Romance, Katama, Party Boy 69 playing in Pano Bar. Ooh, Tommy Houlihan and X Club. That's gonna be mad. That's gonna be one for, like, if you don't like fucking TikTok techno hipsters, don't go. That's one of them ones. Avoid it. If you hate those kids who, like, film their fucking get ready with me as I go to a techno night things, right? Don't go, because they're gonna be all there. Let them have their fun. Don't ruin their fucking mood. Don't be in there with your fucking chin stroking boomer fucking vibes, pissed off at the youth. Let the youth have their time, because that's going to be full of the kids. That's going to be full of fucking kids. And I also anticipate that's going to be a record number of people in there getting chucked out for recording. I've got a feeling it's going to be a record number of people that are going to get chucked out of Berghain for recording on the inside at the Steel City Dance this night on the 11th, of April. But yeah, but big everybody in that lineup, they're going to kill it. Then on the following day, on the Saturday, the 12th, we got Berghain. Oh, shit, Alienata playing. Nice, I haven't seen her in a while. And then we got Aurora Halal. Oh, is that who I'm thinking? Oh, no, I think I'm thinking of Alinita. I think I'm thinking of the wrong person. But big up Alienata. Anyway, we got Aurora Halal. We got Kang Ding Ray, Kyle Geiger, Lily Ackerman. Big up Lily Ackerman. Absolute G. Big up your chest. Yant, Zisco. We got Panama Bar. We got David Vunk. Ooh. Oh, David Vunk is a vibe, bro. David Vunk is a fucking vibe. That's gonna be fun. DJ Sabaru, Love Foxy, big up Legend, Naomi, Nick Hopner, another one. Shub Bostard, I don't know who that is, and Soft Crash, and then so they got Barker and Jacko Jacko. That's a undercut. That's one of those lineups where I would recommend you, if you have never been and you want to go to one that isn't going to be super packed, but is also going to give you a vibe of what the place is about. I recommend going on the 12th. Check out my girl Lily Ackerman. She's fucking fantastic as well. Incredibly great hypnotic techno. Definitely check her out. And then of course David Vunk. Those two alone are good enough, to be honest. And then on the 18th, we got Your Love featuring Gigi Testa, Lakuti playing Tamo Soma and Ted Patterson. And then on the 19th, you got Abo J. Oh, this is the Easter one. Okay, the Easter one is on the 18th. The Easter one is on the 18th. You got Abojaw, from Innovision, Christian AB. You know how much I love Christian AB. That's one of my fucking newest discoveries of DJs. Like, fucking incredible house, deep house, minimal fucking sound. He's fucking banging. There's another guy, I forgot his name. I wish I remember his name. There's another guy that he plays with who's also like black, light skin, mixed race, whatever. And he's also sick. I think I saw a video of them going back to back once. I forgot his name, the other guy. So forgive me who the other guy is, but he's also a killer. You got Dustin Czar. You got Gabriel Quarting playing, big up her. Hiroku Yamamura, sorry, she's also a bit of a legend, big up her as well. Nicola Cruz, Paqueta Gordon, sorry. Richard Akibeng, Sedef Asti, Soundstream, Ledge, Steffi. And then Berghain, you got Blue Hour, sorry. You got Chami, Developer, Efdemin, Ilessa B, Fadi Moham, Kitten, Mark Williams, and Virginia. I'm not gonna lie, man. April, the Pano Bar lineups are probably kicking the ass of Berghain lineups. They've got more DJs playing at Berghain, but I think the Pano Bar lineups so far haven't missed. They're fucking killing it slyly, man. That's a really good lineup, bro. Efdemin, Fadi Moham, Kitten, Mark Williams, and Virginia. Vibes. There's a snacks night happening too on the 19th, which features Boris, Orgazon, and Quelza. For some reason, I always get Orgazon and Quelza confused, even though one's a man and one's a woman. But I think because they're both so visually attractive face-wise, right? They both got crazy face cards. I think that's why I get confused, because they kind of look like each other. They don't, but they do, kind of. But maybe it's just me. Then in Laboratory, one of my favorite rooms in there, by the way. One of my favorite rooms in there, fucking the Laboratory. It features Chris Cruz, Cormac, Jeffrey Sifri, and Luigi DeVerney. Yo, Cormac there? Cormac there? Yeah. This is the vibe. This is the vibe. Boris Orgazon Quelza, mad. Chris Cruz, Cormac, Jeffrey Sifri, and Luigi, yeah. That's a big night, actually. So big up everybody that's going to be going to that one. We got Key Magazine happening, or Key as well. I'm not too familiar with those people. You got a Limousine Dream Night happening as well. Genie on Earth, which I'm a big fan of, and Hannah Holland, big up her, UK legend. Not UK legend, she's not UK legend, but you know what I mean. Then we've also got a Saturday. This is the one that I want to go to. This is the one that I'm going to. You've got on the Saturday, you've got Anne playing on the 26th. You got DJ Fohati playing. You got Dax J, Drum Cell, Ignes, Philippa Pasho, and Speedy J. Panama, you got DJ Dustin, Gerd Jansen, Jana Falcon, Lauren, Mike Starr, Mr. Josa, and Moopy. Ooh, you know I'm all about that, bro. And I'm recently back on the Dax J hype. You know, I wasn't really rating Dax J recently. He kind of went down a businessy techno type of vibe. I feel like in the last 18 months, he's definitely, you know, wrangled it back around again, and he's playing some of his best stuff he's ever played. I think I've seen one set in particular that went at the Intercell channel for ADE. He fucking killed it. And I think another Boiler Room as well. He fucking killed it. So he's smashing it out there. So I definitely would love to see him play. And obviously, even the Friday before is actually pretty hard as well. But I'm thinking actually maybe I'm not gonna go to the Friday before. I'm not too sure if that's gonna be the vibe, because there is a night happening on the Friday, the 25th, which is actually my birthday, which is happening on Fold, which I think is what is it? Is it a night culture? Let me see if I'm not confused here. If I go to For London, let's go on their website and I could double check it as well. Yo, big up the stream chat as well. Big up everybody tuning in live. I appreciate you. Big up Daniel Clements. Big up Brendan. Big up KT. Big up Mr. Studio Girl. Young God Vibes. I see you. God's favorite. I see you. Mr. Studio Girl. I see you. Big up Bishop. Big up Ashley Cummins. What's going on, my G? Love, love, love. And let's bring up Chris Mack as well in the stream chat too. So I was actually thinking maybe what I would do for the birthday fucking month, or for my birthday weekend actually, not the month actually, what am I talking about, is go to this. There's a fucking night service night happening. Big up my guys from Night Service. Big up fucking Bally Ibs and Paige. Big up them. So there's a night service happening on the 25th, which is actually my day of my birthday. So I think I might go to that and then just fly out to fucking Berghain the next day, you know. It's a bit mad of a fucking schedule, but I think that might be the vibe. That might have to be the fucking approach that I do. Got to stay out the whole time and then just fly out directly from there straight away to over there, because as good as that night is with the Limousine Dreams thing, you know, to see Genie, who do I want to see there? Genie on Herf Moore, Hannah Holland. I'm not too sure. I might end up doing that. I might end up doing both, because that's a really good night. You got Yana Maste playing on the 25th, featuring Rebecca Deli Piani, or how you say that? Rebecca Deli Pian or Pian. Bally in back to back with Mosai and Paige obviously playing there. So that should be a good one. Let's see here. So they got here Georgian Powerhouse Yana Maste finally lands in London town for his debut. So that's the headliner. Paving the way within a new techno sound, Yana Maste brings a unique standout and driving energy to dance floors that can only usually be found in Tbilisi. The debut of this kiddie resident is long overdue and is finally happening on the 25th or the 4th. Okay, so who's this Yana Maste person? I think that's the. I'm not sure if I've ever heard this person. I'm not gonna lie. Let me just double check what their SoundCloud sounds like, because I want to catch a vibe of what I'm gonna be in store for if I do decide to go there. So this is Yana Maste. Or Yana Masti or Masti, I don't know. At first I thought this person was Japanese or something, but I guess not. I guess they're Georgian. Maybe, you know, it's a little bit of a confusion there with the name, but maybe it's just me being an idiot, who knows. So let's see the recent release, Yana Maste La Gente or La Hanti. Let's see what La Hanti sounds like, because I'm curious to see what I'm going to be in store for. Yana Maste La Gente. Let's see what this sounds like. Actually, I don't think I've got the sound on. I don't have the sound on. I don't have the sound on. I don't have the sound on. There you go. Boom. Let's put it there. I like that. First 10 seconds, I like that. Let's do what's that? Oi. Yep, like that as well. And let's do one more. Let's do Mutilation Detected. Is it Mutilation Detected? Let's do that one. I'm a fan. I think I might have to do this. Let's do a couple more. Let's do Walking on Mars. Yep, I'm all for that. And the last one is called Evil. Yep, I think I'm gonna go there. Why fucking not? Gonna be a bit of a madness, but let's do it. Let's fucking do it. Fly out on the Saturday morning, take my fucking luggage with me to Flip and Fold, hang out there at night service, and then go straight to Berghain from there. Let's see how that rocks out. And then the last event on the 30th of April will be Revolting on a Wednesday, Laboratory Night, which features Jorks, Nbao Mecca, who's one of my favorites there, Paris Bohm, Romain FX, and Valley Dolly. So let's flip and go. Really looking forward to it. April lineup for Berghain is there. It's available. You can check it out via the link. Obviously, I'll put in the bio later on, but obviously, you know where to find it at berghain.berlin. You can find all the programs on there. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it blood clot goes. Okay, moving on deep. Big up Corteiz. Big up blood clot Corteiz. Just got announced. Nike Air Max 95s again. Honey Blacks delivering or dropping in April 2025. No exact date so far, but we've got some pictures courtesy of Clint, founder of Corteiz, and they look fucking hard. And he's taking these pictures in the favelas of Brazil. He seems to live there, I think, by how often he's been out there and stuff. And obviously the pictures themselves look fucking sick. He's got the pair on here laced around him, and they look with the backdrop of the favelas. You know, what a hard picture. Wearing head to toe Corteiz, if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, wearing head to toe Corteiz. He's got a pair on his feet. Corteiz shorts, Corteiz boxers, Corteiz fucking Scully. Yeah, this is what I like from streetwear designers. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not the biggest fan of this new cult of streetwear designers that don't wear their own things. Part of being a streetwear designer, I think, maybe outside of fashion, is the idea that you get to design stuff that you would like to see in the world, stuff that doesn't exist. And obviously to be the biggest ambassador of the brand yourself, you know, why the fuck else have a brand? So I love the fact that you never see Clint wearing anything else apart from Corteiz. And if he's not wearing Cortez, Corteiz, whatever you said it, he's wearing some designer thing. But you'd never see him wearing streetwear that isn't his own brand, and I think that's fucking cool. And obviously he looks the best in it because he makes it, so big up him. As you can see here from the shoe design, this is a really cool pic as well, I guess, from a little kid there. If you just I love the difference in, like, you can see even in African people as well, but black people that live in like really sunny places, the difference in the color, the complexion, the brightness and the smoothness and the richness of their face, because they're getting so much fucking sun and vitamin D, it's crazy compared to us blacks in Europe, innit? We are so depraved of sun and shit. We look like all musty and grey and hazy. I speak for myself anyway. I feel like blacks that live in like tropical sunny climates look fucking amazing. Like this kid, like, look at his skin. I know he's a child, so that obviously helps, but look at him, he's fucking glowing all over the place. Glowing. But the shoes themselves are hard as fuck. All black leather 95s. They kind of remind me a little bit of the HTM 95s. If you know, you know about them. They kind of got a HTM vibe about it. It's almost like it's got like 3 different types of leathers in it. There's like a tumbled leather here, a plain nubucky type of leather there, and then a meshy type of leathery thing here on the top. I love that. I love that application. I'm not too sure if this is what they did on all the other pairs, but I love that. There's like 3 different types of leathers like going up there. And then you've got obviously the yellow bubbles with the yellow swoosh with the yellow Corteiz logo, which I think is a nice little touch, because usually on the tip here is usually another swoosh, so having the Cortez logo here is a big touch. And also on the tongue, they don't have Nike Air. On both fucking tongues, there's the Corteiz Alcatraz logo there, which is fucking fire, isn't it? They basically got all 3 logos on the shoe. They've got the C with the star, they've got the Alcatraz, and they've got the Corteiz written. Like all 3 logos are featured on one shoe. That's pretty fucking clever. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucking clever. And again, the yellow bubbles just make them pop off really nicely. Yellow bubbles kind of make them look like they're aged as well, by the way. They make them look like they're fucking been aged and died and whatever. I love that he's got all these fucking luggage cases full of Air Max 95s, LV fucking bag full of 95s. What's that chain here? He's got, oh, there's a Corteiz chain. that looks fucking hard as well. A gold chain that he's made. But yeah, these look fucking hard. I'm not gonna lie. This is definitely a pair that you wanna double up on. Especially someone like me that loves black shoes. If you know how much if you know me and my history of sneakers, you know how much I love all black sneakers. These look really hard. Oh, look at the bottoms too. On the bottoms, they also have like a Corteiz logo too. I didn't see that. There's usually there's a little oval mark here, a little oval shape design on the soles, outsoles of the 95, which usually has, I think, something Air Max 95 written on there. So I love the fact that they have the Corteiz logo in there as well. And then of course the lace stay is completely 3M. So when you put your laces on, usually I don't. To be fair, maybe I'm the only one. When I lace up my N95s, I don't usually put the laces in the eye stay. And then, I mean, I usually put them on lace stay. Sorry, I usually put them over. But I guess some people like that look to kind of get the whole 3M thing shining there on the top. But they look really hard in the all black. I'm sure there's going to be a matching tracksuit for them too. Another picture here of another kid wearing the all black 95s as well, with a fucking tag on his fucking ankle. You know, squatting on the floor. I think he's selling some joints or whatever he's doing there. That's a very, very hard picture. You cannot lie. That's not a hard fucking picture. So big up him. I wonder if I think maybe Clint might have been there maybe for the carnival, because everyone was over. I feel like there was a record number of people, especially in my little social group of people who went out to Brazil for carnival this year. Call me ignorant or naive, but I just have never been drawn to go on carnival. I'm more prone to go to like another place in Brazil, like I don't know, like Sao Paulo, or maybe you go to somewhere in Central America or South America, as opposed to going to Brazil. But it seems like everybody's going there recently, so the Brazilians, I'm sure, are enjoying all that extra tourism there. But in general, MX95s coming out very, very soon, courtesy of Corteiz. This might be the final pair. I think I remember him saying something about the all black pair. I think they might be the final pair of them, or maybe this is an ongoing conversation. Maybe this is an ongoing collaboration and we're going to see more iterations of. But I really do like these. Really fucking cool. Can't wait to see what the apparel will be like. Honey black Air Max 95s coming out sometime in April. Keep an eye open for them. Knowing Corteiz, because he does really well, to be fair, and he has to get a lot of props for this. He usually drops everything on like payday. So it's usually the last day of the month or the last weekend of the month at least. So if he does that, then I'll definitely be trying my luck to get a pair. I'm assuming they'll be on sneakers. There'll probably be a fucking some sort of challenge to get them as well, but I'm not a child, so I'm not going to take part in it. I'll let the kids run around in central London. I think if I was definitely those kids' ages, I would be doing that too, right? Doing those fucking treasure hunts and shit to find the fucking ticket, to get the shoes. All that stuff looks fucking fun as hell. I don't know why people hate it. I think that looks super fun if you're a kid, but I'm just going to wait for the regular raffle to come around, and I'm going to try and get a pair that way. But they look really cool. Big up Corteiz, love to see it. We love to fucking see it. Moving on quickly. I want to talk about this DGGs thing, alright? This is not something that I usually talk about on the fucking Jackson English show. I usually keep this stuff for the random show, but I thought it was an interesting topic to kind of dive into. Essentially, DDG is having some very public disagreement with Halle, the mother of his child, because of the custody or him lack thereof of seeing his child, and he decided to bring that shit to social media in order to kind of get his point across. And the opinions of it from people online has been split, and I think mostly it's been split between like genders, unfortunately. If you're pro women and shit or whatever else and you hate men, then everyone's like he's a deadbeat, he's performative. And if you're like an Andrew Tate person and whatnot, and you're into all that sort of stuff, then you'll believe that the woman's also being evil and basically holding the kid hostage or blackmailing DDG to behave or whatever so he can see the child. So it's been split across that line, but I think it's a little bit more nuanced than that, in my personal opinion. But I'm gonna let it play. This is DDG speaks on not being able to see his son even though his son is sick. Let's hear what DDG has to say about this ordeal that he's suffering.
Every single day or every other day, I'm trying to see him. I'm trying to get him to come over or whatever. I never get him dropped off. I always go pick him up. I live far as shit. So I'm driving hours to go get him, and then I get there and I can't get him. Or I can't see him. My son is sick right now. I want to see my son. I want to hold my son. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I just want to comfort him. I want to put him in the shower, get some steam in his nose so he can feel better. I don't get the chance to do that. I get pinned against the wall, and then everything else is variables on why I can't see my son. You feel me? Like it don't have nothing to do with me working, by the way. I'm not gonna air out her business, but Me and her has not been together for a long time. Like, I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, but it's been going on for a minute where I just never got on the internet and said nothing. I mean, I might like throw like little subliminals or some shit like that, but it's like, bro, like, I don't want to get on the internet because at the end of the day, you know, this is something that can really like fuck with him. But I'm really just coming on this motherfucker as just a dad that really don't know what to do at this point. I've been dealing with this shit since he's been born, damn near. It's like I really feel like I'm a fucking nanny at this point. The nanny has been able to have my son more than me. Who her nigga is, who she fucking filming movies with, I don't give a fuck. I care about my son. That's all I care about. Literally, that's all I care about. And when that's taken from me, she know that's the only way I get frustrated. That's the only way she can get under my skin because I don't care what she does. We haven't been together. This might be a curveball to a lot of people, but me and her has not been together for a long time. A long time. Before that post. We've been not really together. We probably was on and off for a little bit. That's it. But further than that, we has not been together. This is the only thing that can bother me is with my son. Y'all know I don't even bring her name up when I get on live. I get on live, I call her the mother of my child. I call her this and that, nothing but be respectful. I'm not doing that no more. I'm not finna sit here and get bullied behind closed doors over my son and I can't see him. Just not doing it, bro. But now I understand. Like I always said little shit on the internet like, oh, I don't see how dads can't be in they son life and this and that. It be the mom, bro. It don't even be the dads for real. Like the dads want to be there, but if the mom ain't don't want you to be there, you can't be there.
Now, the obvious answer to this, which I've heard a lot of people say, is that this should be a reminder to everybody to be a little bit more selective with who they decide to have children with, right? And not be so quick to, you know, get serious with somebody and then decide to have a kid in a short space of time. Because you're going to have that kid for a long time. You're going to be in each other's lives basically forever with the child. So people should be a little bit more aware and conscious of who they decide to quote unquote impregnate, for lack of a better saying, however crass that may be. And women should maybe be a little bit more selective and careful about who they let themselves have a kid with themselves, right? But I think aside from that, just to be very nuanced and practical, I think the problem here is the lack of maybe compromising on DDG side, because I get the feeling, like most men, I think most men probably have this sort of attitude. He's very, very checked out. Like he's super checked out. Like he doesn't give a fuck about this Halle girl at all anymore. He doesn't really probably communicate with her in any, I wouldn't say friendly manner, but I get the feeling they're not really on good speaking terms. I think if you have a child together with somebody, you probably do owe it to your child and to the benefit of yourself to see your child that you have to be in some level of like, you have to be cordial. You have to be even at least friendly, even if you're pretending with your baby's mother in order to ensure that you can see that child when he wants. That's the be all and end all of it, I think. I think he probably did get over the relationship probably quicker than Halle did. You can see probably, I think, just by looking at them online and how they do whatever they're doing, I think he moved on a lot quicker than probably she would have wanted him to move on or liked. And maybe that's built up some resentment, who knows, not going to psychoanalyze it too much. But I think the mistake that he made was acting as if he could just like lock her off and still see his son whenever he wanted. That's not going to happen, because by nature, the mother's a protector. She's gonna feel like she's the most important parent in the equation, even though you're both kind of equally in that sort of regard. I think there should have been a little bit more of a compromise, a little bit more of him trying to like, I guess, try to, you know, just play it up, ham it up in terms of him just being cordial with her. And I think it would have worked out okay. But all in all, the fundamental part of it is if they can't resolve this amicably behind the scene as humans, he should just go to the courts. And I think there's some bit about this that's kind of manipulative and almost like, because I think he's a little bit, again, from you viewing on the outside, for whatever reason, DDG is quite hated online. I don't know why it is, but whenever you see him linked with Halle news online, he seems to get a lot of negative attention, a lot of negative press. And I'm sure that didn't sit well with him, right? Because he knows behind the scenes that the girl who's with mother his child is just as bad as he is, or if not meaner. And she has this like perfect Disney image. So I'm sure that played a role in it. But I think if they're not able to discuss this or resolve this privately, he should have just went to the courts and just got himself on child support, got visitation rights that way, and then he could have been dealt with this all over. But I think the reason why he probably hasn't gone that way is maybe because he knows, there's probably certain things that he hasn't done that hasn't been the greatest that might hamper his chances of seeing his kid as much as he wants. So you have to kind of play this game with the baby mother. Because I think he even mentioned once that he hasn't seen the kid for more than 72 hours. But I also think he mentioned something along the lines of like he wants to take the kid somewhere else, sort of thing. And I don't know if that's the right way to go about it. Maybe if you do want to see the kid, maybe just go visit the child at the mum's house and then stay over, innit? Unless she doesn't want you to stay over, or just stay in a hotel nearby. Does it really make any sense? I don't know how it works when you're co-parenting. Does it make sense to always take the child away from one home to another home when they're that young, or can you just visit and just hang out for the weekend? You get a hotel on Friday, you leave on Monday, and you just visit every day. You just stay there and hang out, and then when it's time to go sleep, you just go back to your hotel and sleep. If they haven't got a spare room, or whatever, or the mum isn't comfortable with you staying over, that might be the best way to go about things. But I do think it's another reminder that people shouldn't be as quick to go about with hooking up and going from being in a relationship to having a child. That's a huge jump, especially for these people. They're incredibly young. They're children themselves. Having to deal with raising a child in real time in front of the internet. It's a lot of pressure. A lot of people, especially this guy being a content creator, a live streamer, this is part of his kind of income and his profession to be always sharing stuff online. That could also be maybe perceived as not the right way to go about doing things. It's all a bit messy. But I think in this regard, he would have needed, I think, personally, to have played the game a little bit. Just play, just play into it a little bit. Just be a little bit more, maybe be less detached, because he seems very detached from Halle Bailey. And I don't think she probably took that too well. I don't think anyone would take that too well. Being dismissed like that or being cut off like that, especially when they see you on stream, hanging out with chilling with girls on live stream. It's not going to sit well. So he probably should have, done that a little bit more compromised, and he would have seen his kid. But I'm sure this will get eventually resolved because it's been put on the internet. No one likes to be embarrassed or exposed. They're probably going to get it resolved, but it probably might have to go to the courts. That's the unfortunate thing. They probably might have to go to the courts to get this resolved properly. And it's an unfortunate situation that it kind of played out the way it's played out. But I guess it is what it is when it comes to young people hooking up. I guess it is what it is when it comes to young people hooking up. But you know who was right about this? Weirdly enough? DJ Akademiks. DJ Akademiks said this about DDG and Halle Bailey. This is back when Halle Bailey and DDG had some falling out in public because DDG took his baby to the Mafia subathon with Kai Cenat, and Halle Bailey decided to get on social media and be like, I'm not happy about this. I didn't know that my child was going to this sort of thing, blah, 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 blah. Just aired him out, essentially, and made him look like he was essentially abducting his child. And Akademiks went on stream, and, Akademiks, you don't really listen to him for women stuff or relationship thing because he's a, super turbo dork. And, he doesn't really have that much experience with women because you can tell just how he acts and, whatever, take it with a pinch of salt. But sometimes, the worst person ever can make a good point. And I think Akademiks made a really good point back then when this happened.
Is don't bring my baby around that shit. So she's using her leverage as the mother of the child to make DDG's life a living hell. It's the first misstep she made. DDG, I see you trying to defend her. That's a good move, by the way, but let me tell you what happens next. If she can't paint you as a deadbeat dad, which you're not, I'm going to warn you this. The next step is for her to say you were abusive. I want to be very clear. And she just tried, why is my baby dad doing that? And I don't approve of it. And nobody bit. And unless you about to get back with her and go into whatever regime she wants you to get down with, her next attempt will not be as fluky. Women like this don't stop. You've dodged this one, but you got to wait for the bigger one she about to do. Somebody said, Halle not motherfucking evil? You fucking stupid as hell, nigga. She would have never posted this nigga if she wasn't on that type of topic. Women are only loyal to their emotions. That's it. Their emotion says, you don't like how this nigga's moving. They're gonna do something to even the score out. Why the fuck you think she's getting on social media talking about hi everyone? The nigga announced he broke up with her and she never commented on it once. She never said, oh yeah, he right, we broke up. Never. When he was getting sauteed by the whole internet, calling him corny, everybody, that's how him and Joe Budden started beefing. Joe Budden said, nigga, do you have a dick? Why are you saying you broke up with your girl? Nigga, I even explained to Joe. He's trying to explain that, if you don't see me with her, this is what happened because there was videos of her being with other guys and nobody blinked an eye because she has that image of being clean. He's getting like lambasted as a fuck nigga. Bruh, I'm telling you, this chick is like every chick you see on the Shade Room. They're gonna use that baby for leverage to twist this nigga arm until it fucking breaks. She apologized only after getting cooked. I'd be damned if I have a child with a woman and the woman now looks at the child as a way to weaponize. I utilize the baby as what commitment should be. Commitment should be a ring, marriage, I'm here. So now after the nigga stuck and move, you then use the kid to get the nigga to come back or to operate how you want it to operate. Oh, he got a new girl. If you want to see your child, you can't bring that new bitch around. If you want to see your child, you got to do it under these conditions because I'm the mother and I dictate what the child does. It's more my baby, more yours. I don't fuck with that type of shit. Bro, he can't even say his real opinion. You really want to say, man, she tried it. This shit backfired. But he can't say it. She's so loved. I don't even think the kid like 1 or 2 yet, man. You gonna have a lot more of this and trust me, she gonna get more mad. She gonna get more mad, bro. Good luck to y'all, man. Hopefully I figure it out.
Yeah, and he was right. He was right. Unfortunately, Akademiks was completely right in his observation, and it's played out exactly how he said it has played out. And I think in this situation, I think they both were playing some weird media game anyway, because much as I like DDG's content, he's also a little bit, you know, he's also a little bit dodgy when it comes to that child. I feel like whenever I see clips of him online going viral, it's with that baby in his arms, because that baby's fucking adorable. So clearly there's something going on there in terms of maybe using the baby for content. Maybe Halle Bailey didn't really like that too much, understandably so, considering how young the kid is. But they both use the baby for content. I don't know. They're both, I think, as bad as each other, personally. Because I think usually when somebody not so liked hooks up with somebody that's beloved, I think usually the person that's beloved is probably just as bad as that person behind the scenes. Usually, that's what happens. And I think in general, they'll probably figure this out. For the sake of their relationship, they will. I'm sure of it. But it's unfortunate they're having to deal with this all in public. It's unfortunate that they're having to deal with this all in public. And there was another person that also had a prediction regarding how this would play out. Fucking Blueface. Free Blueface. But Blueface also had a very interesting prediction or warned DDG about this exact situation a few years back. But let's play this clip.
See, I don't plan on having a baby mama.
What you mean? You don't never
I'm not gonna have no
nigga,
baby mama, bro. Whoever I have a kid with, she's with me for life. It ain't I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody.
It all starts like that.
Exactly how you think, nigga.
Yeah,
I'm not
sometimes the kid break y'all up, bro. Sometimes the kid be the reason y'all break up.
How the kid gonna break me?
Yeah, alright.
Nah, the kid gonna break you up because her emotions gonna get to rising. She might feel like she got something to hold against you, so she gonna be acting different. She might be using the kid to boss you around, you know, to keep tabs on you. And then that might cause you to be so stressed out, like, damn, bitch, she like, nope, this, that, you know?
Do it really matter? Do it really
You know
matter?
how females are, they petty, bro.
It is. I noticed that all girls is
Yeah, they all like that. It's not just one or two, all of them are petty. So the second y'all get into y'all little situation, y'all little Twitter beef, hey, then the kid, it's like, oh, shit.
So, I can't have no baby mama, bro.
Yeah.
She had a baby by me.
I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to do that, man.
Bro, I feel like when I have a kid, the whole world gonna stop.
Yeah, your whole world gonna stop.
You think so?
So,
I'm a new man.
yeah, you gonna be this way you thinking right now. You gonna be like, fuck that shit. When you ready to leave, you gonna be ready to leave. Then you gonna be like, fuck this. Fuck. You got a kid?
Yeah.
Oh, so you know, she gonna become more of a BM than a girlfriend.
Oh shit. Damn.
The whole relationship you had with her.
Right?
Y'all need to be the coolest nigga until y'all have a kid and then just something different. Her ass might change.
Because she my baby mama, she feel like she can talk to me crazy.
But how long y'all
Treat me crazy.
when y'all
He was right. Everything he said, it was right. Basically, he said that you start off with the best intentions. Yeah, no one wants a baby mother. That's what basically he started off saying. You go into it thinking you're going to be with them forever, and then very quickly that shit changes. But I also think a lot of these guys have very poor selection process when it comes to, you know, who they end up having kids with. And I also think a lot of these guys are very manipulative. They don't really say the truth. Like they present one truth to the internet, but behind the scenes they do other things. So they probably sold that girl a dream. We're going to be together. We're going to be through thick and thin, all this malarkey. And then as soon as the baby comes around and the woman maybe isn't as attentive, they're out in the streets. They're out in the fucking club hooking up with randoms. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of these guys are the best partners to the women when they're going through their pregnancy. Let's be fair. You know, is Blueface going to be around like playing with a baby? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think so. I don't think he's going to be around taking care of toddlers and shit. So, unfortunate situation all around, but I think a lesson for everybody there in terms of making sure you're careful with who you choose to mate with long term going forward. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh man, Natalie B Fitness got herself into a big oopsie doopsie whoopsie. She won recently, I think maybe a few weeks back. I forgot to actually talk about it in the pod, but this lady went kind of viral on my side of social media because she was fundraising for a women's only gym. She was doing a lot of content about working out in the gym, being a woman, looking fairly attractive and shit, and how annoying it was to get constantly harassed by men in the gym. Eventually those clips and whatever went viral, and then I guess that started a conversation around, you know, having a women-only gym where you can kind of have a place where women can feel safe and feel empowered to be their best selves in there and stuff, blah, 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 blah. She eventually did a bit of crowdfunding to raise some money to open this women's-only gym, and over the years, it kind of, there was no update really, but then you saw her, you know, buying a house, having a fucking garage with a rotating platform so she didn't need to reverse out of the car park and stuff, so out of her fucking garage or whatever. So people were under the assumption that she may have scammed people because the gym wasn't around, similar to Dr. Umar in his fucking college. Eventually, she proved the internet wrong by going completely silent, not fucking commenting, not clapping back, and then she just launched it. Like, hey, here's a gym, here's a building, I've got it, I'm renovating it now. Watch me fucking launch this. And everyone was shocked. Myself included. I was like, wow, she actually didn't scam. Like, she actually kind of did what she said she was going to do. It took a bit longer, but she actually did follow through to doing it. So everyone's kind of cheering her on now, I feel like. And the sentiment around Natalie B. Fitness has kind of changed. But now she's really put her foot in it. And I think unnecessarily so. I don't know how this came about. I'm sure this is a conversation happening in the comment section and stuff, because it's a women's only gym. And I guess some people are probably asking, what do you mean by women? Does that also include trans women, or does it only include women who are born biologically female? So I guess she's had to address this, and unfortunately, addressing this during International Women's Day fucking weekend, and then basically saying that it's only going to be women only in terms of biological women only, is a bit nuts, especially in this day and age, especially in this society we live in at the moment, everyone being progressive as they are. And I just think it creates an unnecessary issue, because how many women who weren't biologically born women will be at that gym anyway? I don't think it's going to be a lot, because there's not a lot of them in the world. So denying those people who probably do feel ostracized and feel harassed, who feel othered in regular gyms, the opportunity to go to a women-only gym, it's just dumb, really. But she made a statement regarding it. The caption says, addressing my tweet from 2021, the Girl Spot operates as a female-only gym for biological women, tackling harassment, sexual assault, violence that women face inside a gym. Again, that's a strange premise of a gym, innit? Like, just put the gym for women only and say it's a comfortable space where women can go and work out. I don't think the gym itself will prevent all forms of harassment. Like, you're still going to get women being horrible and mean to each other. So I don't think that should be a thing. But anyway, well, who cares? The tweet circling was made 4 years ago. I was in a very early stage of creating the concept. So she went to clear up any misconception around her women's only gym by saying that it's only if you're born woman. If you weren't born a woman, then you're not allowed, which I think is fucking insane. But let's play the clip.
In 2021, 4 years ago, I made a tweet, and the tweet referenced my women's only gym.
So that's her tweet she's made 4 years ago. It said, respectfully, if you have a problem with trans women attending my gym, then you can find another gym to train at. I have discussed this several times before. Trans women are women and also a minority that need to be protected. Please keep your transphobia away. So I wonder what changed from then to now. Is it just what's happening in society? Did she get gassed by Trump's election or stuff? What changed? How did she go from being an ally for trans people, LGBTQ plus folk and whatever else in between, to being how she is now? Like, that's a fucking pivot, isn't it? That's all, especially when everyone's rooting for you. Oh my god, you fell through, you launched a gym. To go on this sort of pivot is pretty wild, man. Big up her though.
Girl sport and being trans inclusive. Now, when I made that tweet in 2021, I had just announced my plans to open a women's only gym. I hadn't thought out the vision.
It's the way she's standing as well in her bathroom with her arm behind her back, like she's being interviewed for fucking ITV Sport or something. It's fucking hilarious.
Or the mission or what it would entail, but all I knew is that I wanted to open a gym. We are now 4 years.
It looks like she got a pad inside of her fucking what? Because that's looking fucking, it's looking blunks, isn't it? Like, it's like she's got a bicep in there.
Years later, and I have had a great deal of time to figure that out. The Girl Spot Gym exists as a safe space for women because women are facing gym harassment, sexual assault and sexual violence inside of gyms, and I know that because I'm a victim of it. So the meaning of the Girl Spot Gym is now entirely different, and I say this to say that whilst we are a gym, inside we are focusing on self-defense classes, Muay Thai, boxing classes, as well as workshops and
Muay Thai sounds like a tea, isn't it? Muay Thai
around PCOS and training on your menstrual cycle, all of which occur to biological women. Majority of the women who are seeking my women's only gym, the Girl Spot, are coming here because they have faced some level of gym intimidation or sexual violence and assault that has been perpetrated by men. So I just thought about it. Isn't it kind of like weak
like if that's the reason why the gym exists. I thought it was just a gym just to like, hey, if you want to go to a gym where there's only women, you can go. But to avoid any form of like, surely like if you're working, I understand this, the harassment can be annoying, but surely there's a benefit to it in terms of being in a gym with loads of fucking annoying straight hetero guys, because you get opportunity to learn how to defend yourself in those areas, and you know, rebuff some guy trying to ask you questions or conversate. Go fuck yourself. Do you know what I mean? You get, because in that space you can say that because no one's going to turn a blind eye, and also no one's going to hit you or assault you there. You're going to get backed up by people. There's always staff around and shit. So you get the opportunity to maybe like get a little bit of street smart and how to deal with men and shit, especially annoying ones. Going to a female-only gym and kind of isolating yourself away from how the real world operates is a little bit mad, isn't it? Because you're going to come out there thinking, you're going to come out there a little bit more naive than you were whenever you went in, you'd imagine. And you're not really like, again, you haven't been like street smart, you haven't been trained, you haven't been kind of around people who are harassing and stuff. I understand it's annoying, but I don't know. I don't know if that's the angle that I would have gone with if that was me. But again, it's not me, it's her, so I'll big up her.
The owner of the gym, it is very important to make it clear how my women's only gym will be operating, and it will be operating as a single-sex space for biological women. Now, we do believe that everybody deserves a safe space, and there are many gyms that are starting to have mixed cubicles and changing rooms so that individuals can feel safer and more included in these environments. But the Girls Spot Gym as a standalone is a female-only gym because it is imperative that I stick to the vision and the mission and ensure that these women feel safe. In 2020,
how do you even? I wonder if that's even legal, actually, in this country. Like, I wonder if it's actually even, because we've got so many weird laws and shit. I wonder if it's actually legal to deny somebody entry based on their characteristics or whatever. I don't know what the term is for. I wonder if that's even legal. Like, she's getting into a bit of a minefield here. I don't think this needed to be addressed in this way. You could have just put it out here. This is a female-focused gym, women-focused gym, and people would have got the hint anyway. I think most people, if they see an advertisement for a female-only gym, won't just go there as a dude. It's the number of people who just go there who are just men is very small. Most people get the message from the outset of what you put out there, your branding, your marketing. Cool, you're for women only, and that's okay. You know, like, you don't need to do more than that. You don't need to become a little bit more stricter and with your rules and regulations, entry process, and deny trans women opportunity to go there, because I feel like there's such a small minority of people anyway. Like, think of all the trans people that exist. Think of how many of them are in this country. Think of them, how many of them even go to the gym, and then you're denying them the opportunity to go. It's just a really odd own goal to make. Why would you do that to yourself before you've even launched? The gym isn't even open yet, and you already
big up as pint on me.
Oh,
no multivitamins, winking face.
Big up, Mr. O. Appreciate you. Big up, Mr. O, for the super chat there. Yeah. I'll try my best not to do the multivitamins. You know, I'll try my best. I'll try my best. But this is a very strange way to go about it. I'm not gonna lie, a very strange way. I feel like she probably could have done without this. There was no need, I think, to say this the way she said it. I think she could have probably left it like the way it was, and everyone would have kind of got the gist of what was happening. But I think this just creates more unnecessary problems than what need to be. Honestly, it does. It creates more unnecessary problems than what needs to be there. And I think she's going to rue the day that she did this, because I feel like people are going to come out. People are either going to boycott it or they're going to cause a lot of issues because of the stance. Some people can say they respect it. I just think it's unnecessary, especially when you had the opinion when she first started, where she was very much an ally to trans people, to go from this sort of opinion, right? Respectfully, if you have any problem with trans women attending my gym, you can't find another gym to train at. I've discussed this several times before. Trans women are women, also minority, that need to be protected. Please keep your transphobia away. To suddenly being like, the Girl Spot is a female-only gym for biological women. It's crazy. That's a crazy pivot. I wonder if this is just because she got more money. She, you know, as regular people, happens to a lot of people, when if you become richer, you suddenly become more conservative. I wonder if that's the reason, or if that's actually what she believes now. I don't know. Either way, a very strange own goal from this young lady. Godspeed to her. Hope it works out. But I don't think this is a smart move, and I think she's going to pay a big price for this. But I hope that's not the case. I hope I'm incorrect. But I think she's probably failed before she started. Unfortunately so. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. One thing I am wrong about is Timberland boots. Never been the biggest fan of Timberland boots, not gonna lie. Even with the resurgence of Timberland boots happening at the moment, But I saw this non-native ones, this collaboration with non-native, and I thought, you know what? These look kind of sexy. These look kind of hard, and now I kind of get the appeal of them. They're these 6-inch, you know, the classic 6-inch with this rugged, what's this, hairy suede with GORE-TEX implemented to make them waterproof. But I just love the color and the fucking hairy suede upper basically. I think they've dropped already. I'm pretty sure they dropped. Pretty sure they already sold out. But I just wanted to mention them because I was never really the biggest Timberland's fan. I'm more so of a Dr. Martens kind of guy. Dr. Martens have a 14. What's that? Is it 1490? Is it 1945? Whatever the 6-inch, 12-inch boot is, whatever that comes in brown as well. That I would probably prefer to wear instead of a Timberland. And also because everyone's wearing Timberlands now, it kind of feels a little bit corny to be on that sort of vibe. But I really do like these. I think they look fucking fantastic. That hairy fucking suede, that color it kind of reminds me of a Vision boot. That's probably why I like the style, especially with the metal eyelets. They remind me so much of Vision boots. You know, the well on the bottom, the outsole, the GORE-TEX tab, the black laces that can be worn with them. Like, so freaking hard. Such a good boot, such a good shoe. I'm pretty sure they already dropped and they sold out. Yeah, they dropped on the 28th, so I'm assuming they probably sold out. There's no way these are going to be still available, right? But big up non-native. Timberland has enlisted Japanese label non-native to reimagine this iconic centric boot, blending heritage with modern edge. The new offering incorporates GORE-TEX waterproof membrane into its build, ensuring the boot is ready for any adventure. Its rugged hair suede appearance pays a subtle nod to the prominent street fashion scene in 90s Harajuku, while symbolizing both brands of a shared love of travel. The new boot arrives in slightly more pale iteration of the Timberland's classic yellow beige. So yeah, really do love the shoe. I think it looks fucking fantastic. Let's actually check to see if it's actually still available. I doubt it, but let me see what they have available here. Let's go to new arrivals on their e-store here. Big up non-native, a really cool Japanese brand out there. Let's see what they've got available here. Do we have, oh yes, okay, is this still available? I doubt it. Let's see. Let's click the boot here. Is it still available? Oh, it is. Okay, fair play. Shop now. Let's see where you can buy it from. Or is it going to take me to the Timberland site? Okay, it's taking me to another site called Cover Cord. Oh no, it sold out. Of course it sold out. Unfortunately, it sold out in all sizes, but it does look fucking sick. I'd love to know how much is 34,000 yen, because that seems like a lot of money, bro. 34,000 yen. How much is that? Is that like 200 quid? Or like 300 quid? I wonder how much that is. Let's see here. Let me search this. Let's see how much is 34,000 yen in Great British Pound. 182. That's not too bad. Much cheaper than I thought they would be, to be fair. I thought they'd be way more cheap, way more expensive than that. But they look fucking hard. The metal eyelets as well is a nice touch. There's also a hang tag, which I would definitely keep on them if I had a pair. The outsole is almost like I don't know if that's like a gummy sort of color like that. There's also a black inner sole that says non-native with Timberland logo on there. Instep also has, I think, black stitching, I think, to separate it from the outstep. Vibram sole on the bottom. Yeah, these are hard, man. These are freaking hard. What a good shoe. Kind of reminds me of something that Jound would do, actually. Oh, it comes with 3 sets of laces, actually. It comes with these yellow and brown laces, also some black laces, and I guess the beige laces too. So you get 3 laces in them. Really fucking cool. I think all the laces work. And this is a really nice shoe. I definitely would wear these. Timberland from non-native, available, not available now anymore. They're all completely sold out. But you know, if you can find a pair, get them. There's also, this just dropped actually. Big up Aime Leon Dore. The stuff on their shop is just way too expensive for me at this current moment. But I just love looking at the clothes. So this is Spring Summer 2025 lookbook, and so far, already with the 3 images, you know what time they're on. Everything just looks so. That's something that I think they need to get a lot of credit for. Even similar to maybe to Kith. I think ALD, everything they make looks so high quality. Like, I think the price is justified. More so than other brands like Fear of God and stuff. I think when you look at ALD stuff, it looks well made. Like, it looks like you could put it through a bunch of washes, a bunch of dry cleans, and it's gonna come out spick and span still. I love this. This is actually a nice little styling tip here on the left, on the right hand side, sorry, with this suit with these really wide lapels, and then the inside the guy is wearing like a quarter zip fleece that's tucked into his trousers. Interesting, isn't it? I would have never worn that, you know, it's not for me personally, but it's an interesting kind of look. A fleece as a inner inside of your suit jacket instead of a shirt and shit. I'm not mad at that, you know. I'm not mad at that. I'm really fucking not mad at that in the slightest. What else have you got here? You've got this particular outfit too, which features more cycling stuff, and the trench coat and cycling gloves, almost like these crochet gloves, right? These are really nice as well. I ain't mad at those crochet gloves, especially for the summer, with me cycling everywhere. Oh, look at this. This is a fit made for Petit Umo. This is a fit made for Petit Umo. This ivory, coke white fucking look with the bucket hat and the trench coat and the linen pinch. Is it linen? Looks like linen. Pinstripe suit with a hairy suede jumper, the cravat, the purple silk cravat thing, the white shirt. Oh, the layering, the styling. Yeah. And also I love the little, I'm not sure who does this, maybe it's the person who owns it. I love that every time they style their hats, they're always slightly crooked, you know? Oh, look at that. I just figured it out. That's a camper hat that's made into like a wide brim hat, isn't it? That's a pretty clever idea. They've taken a I wonder if Supreme will copy this. They've taken a camper hat and they've turned it into like a completely, you know, wide hat sort of thing. That's pretty clever. But yeah, I love that every time they style their lookbooks, the hat is always slightly crooked. I love that. And it's always sitting really high up on the head as well. It's almost like a little nod. I think everyone I've seen that wears ALD also wears their hats like that. Like this, you know? ALD models love wearing their hat right on the top of their head. And I feel like people that wear the hats also wear their hats like that as well. Such a good look. That cardigan with the red polka dots is also pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. This guy here, oh, that's fucking hilarious. He's got sandals stuck in the back pocket of his pants there. That's a fucking look. That hat is also pretty cool. The world's borough. Maybe I should do maybe I'll flip it up for New a minute. That might be a good look for New a minute. The best borough or something. That's pretty cool. Oh, there's a New York Yankees merch as well. That's hard, bro. I'm not one to wear New York Yankees merch. I think it's a bit corny when people from the UK wear that sort of shit. But this is pretty hard. That is really nice. That red jacket is disgustingly good. With a little New York Yankees logo here on the sleeve. That red color, double zips. Oof. The ALD hat, the matching shorts. Yeah, not mad at that. The Porsche stuff, everything to do with automobile collaborations is a hard miss for me. I think there's nothing worse than seeing a guy riding a bus with a Mercedes-Benz jacket, Porsche jacket, Lamborghini jumper, like so fucking lame. Like, unless you drive those cars, just don't wear the merch. I think it looks fucking pathetic. I even saw people wearing like Ferrari merch. Like, please don't do this to yourself. So, not for me. Even though it looks good, like for instance, the Ferrari snapback looks pretty nice, but I think unless you got the car, it just looks nerdy, looks disgustingly horrible to do that. I don't mind this. I don't mind this flipping mesh. No, it's not mesh. This is like I don't know what that is actually. Is that a knit? It's like a knit waistcoat thing, isn't it? That's really nice actually. I'm not mad at that as well. That's giving me nice church vibes to Blueface. That's a good Sunday service look, especially with that silk tie. It almost looks like a silk handkerchief that's been made into a tie. I think that's a really good look. It pops really well. Oh, that's really cool. I love that. I think that's a style, if I'm not mistaken, that's like a Japanese style of jacket. This particular jacket, this denim one. Oh, that looks really fucking good. The layering on that is amazing, especially with that flannel at the underneath it as well. Look at the massive fucking ivory buttons as well there. The denim hat is also really nice with the logo embroidered on the top, matching up with those stripy pants. Yeah, all of this is really good. Yellow bomber jacket is also super hard. Maybe this is also a Porsche thing. I hope it's not, but this is really nice. That yellow bomber jacket. That's a nice fucking look there. Oh. Is that a Coach jacket? Oh no, it's a shirt. I thought it was a Coach jacket. That's a yellow Oxford shirt, isn't it? Or something along those lines. That's a button-up shirt. Wow, that's actually a nice little styling tip. They're taking a button-up shirt and they put it over top of a track jacket. Or like a half zip, I think. Oh, and look at those. There's also New Balance shoes coming out. I'm not sure what that model is actually. That's a pretty cool model. Very slim outsole. I don't know what that model is. It kind of looks like the 1101, whatever that one is, but just with a slimmer outsole. Interesting. There's also a motorbike jacket that's very in trend now. Kids love these sort of things. These motorcycle jackets. They've got one here as well, which with a collaboration with Vansoon or Vanson as well. I'm not too mad at that. Pretty nice. What else do we have here? Oh, this yellow short sleeve shirt. This yellow short sleeve button up shirt is very nice. Oh, it's semi-translucent, I guess. I'm not too sure if that's like a. I wonder what material was that? That's really fucking beautiful. There's also a wife beater that says Aime Leon Dore on the front. That's really fucking beautiful. Yeah, I'm mad at that in the slightest. Look at that. Yeah, that blue jacket is harder than fuck. A lot of the snapbacks are really fucking good. A lot of the hats in general, a lot of the headwear, they've absolutely went crazy on. The jackets they've gone fucking stupid on as well. They've also got what are these like aqua shoes, right? Vibram shoes. I guess this is something you wear when you go in the water or surfing or whatever. The neon shorts, I'm all over them. I'm all over those shorts. I want those shorts for sure. Definitely for the festival season coming up. Those are fucking hardcore. The suiting is fucking great. Oh, look at that look there. That's really fucking good. This look in the middle here is definitely a look of somebody. Those black photographers in Paris Fashion Week, the kind of ones that love fucking dating Asian girls. Like that's it, innit? If you're some black guy that has a massive SLR and you love to parade around with your fucking Asian baddie, this is definitely the look you're gonna have. This navy blue look here. This definitely looks like something that I've seen those guys that wear fucking Margiela tabby boots and shit. You know what I mean? Big up this motorcycle jacket as well. That's fucking hard too. Same one above. I think it's much better in the black colorway actually. That white grey colorway ain't that too good. Yeah, it's much better in the black. That black colorway is really nice. It's also a matching Van Soon hat as well in leather. A leather snapback from Van Soon. Oh, this is it? That's like a racing bike, motorbike jersey thing here on the right. That's got my name written all over it, especially with the gloves. Oh, I love the gloves as well. Look at they got cycling gloves that has the index finger and your thumb exposed so you can fucking flick around your phone. I need these. These are really good. I think I might need this, to be fair. I was considering actually doing that to one of my gloves, but I've got too many nice gloves to take a pair and just chop off the tip of the thumb and the index finger so I can easily like open and unlock it and shit. But that is really fucking nice. Oh, this look is really cool as well. I wonder oh, that's really interesting. Is that a beach towel that's been put over the shorts as a styling tip, or is it something that comes on the shorts like that? I wonder. That's really nice, that look there. I'm all for that. With that fucking vest in the green avocado and also the watch. I wonder if that watch is also part of the collection there. Looks really nice. God almighty, this GORE-TEX jacket in this red, yellow and fucking purple. Oh my god. This was something they've taken from a Ralph Lauren. This looks like a Ralph Lauren flip. Something from that. The color combinations are crazy. This is going to be bucks in it. This is probably going to be £1,000. But this is so worth it. Oh my god, this is so hard. Especially with the matching hat. GORE-TEX hat, the GORE-TEX jacket, GORE-TEX pants. Yizers, this is hard. Yeah, a lot of good shit. Aime Leon Dore did their fucking thing. Oh, this is a nice, really hard jacket too. GORE-TEX guaranteed to keep you dry. So loads of GORE-TEX collaborations in this collection. This jacket is fucking harder than hard. I like the cycling jackets, fingerless and also with index finger being gone. The tailoring is also very, very nice. I'm actually surprised they haven't started doing runway shows, I'm surprised they're just keeping it locked in with the streetwear shit. They're not doing any presentations in Paris Fashion Week and stuff. He just does his own thing. Even New York Fashion Week, I think they could use a bit of Aime Leon Dore fucking energy. But maybe they just want to operate on their own timeline. Look at this, that's short sleeve. Oh, look at that fucking button up. That short sleeve button up with this illustrations is fucking beautiful. That's the kind of thing that I'd wear if I was DJing, Instead of wearing the classic black Rick Owens fucking style of dress, this is a really nice look. Especially with the knit jumper across the shoulders as well. I'm not mad at that as well in the slightest. Nice NY merch. We'll steamroll through a couple of bits here. This green jacket is also nice. That GORE-TEX jacket comes in a black and blue sort of version too. Oh, everything here is hard. Everything. Oh, look at that purple fleece. What is that? Is that like a Polartec fleece bomber jacket thing? God, with a matching pink. Oh, I want it all, bro. The styling is so good. Like, and I'm not that kind of person. I just want to wear exactly what the model's wearing, The styling's done so well. You just want everything that the model has on. I wonder if some people that shop at Aime Leon Dore do that. Can I just have whatever the model's wearing, like the entire look? I wonder if people shop like that with Aime Leon Dore. Just shop based on looks because the stuff is more New York Yankees stuff. Oh, that New York Yankees bomber is nice though. Not gonna lie, that New York Yankees bomber there is fucking hard. Yeah, that's actually a good look. Actually, I think I've got something similar to this in my wardrobe with the matching denim set. I'm gonna have to copy that. That's actually a good little look. The denim tuxedo with the bomber jacket on top. I might have to copy that. Might have to copy that little styling thing. What else we got here? More Aime Leon Dore. Oh, this look here is fucking. This is grown and sexy, isn't it? This look here is grown and sexy. This kind of looks like something you might have seen in an old Armani fucking lookbook or something, man. This is very fucking nice. Look at that hat, the jacket, the fleece. That's a really interesting style tip, by the way. Tucking your fleece into your trousers. Not too sure if I like that too much, but you know, it looks good on the models. Yeah, I'm not mad at that in the slightest, bro. Oops, I ain't mad at that in the slightest. Oh, look at that leather jacket. Beautiful brown leather jacket. Camo as well in there. Yeah, too much good stuff. There's also a reversible bomber jacket there with the orange on the inside. The coffee. There's an apron there as well they're selling. I ain't mad at it at all. All of it is really hard. Recommend you check it out. Is that a Crocs collaboration? I wonder, is that a Crocs collaboration? Is that a Crocs collaboration there? Or am I bugging out? Did I see a Crocs collaboration there? Those orange slides? Or is that something else? Huh. Let's see this. Did I miss out? Is that orange? Are those orange slides of Crocs collaborations, or is that something else? I think I fucking moved it past the thing, but let me see here. Am I bugging out? Let's see. At the bottom here, I saw a model wearing something orange in their hands. I'm not too sure if they were Crocs or anything, but let me double check this. Boom, boom, you scroll down, Okay, cool. No, it's not Crocs, but it looks really cool though. There's also, oh look at that top. That sweater is awesome. It's almost made like in the design of a jersey, but it's made in a knitted sweat top thing. There's also these orange clogs. Wonder if they're Crocs. If they're Crocs, I'm into it because they're gonna be probably the cheapest thing in the collection itself. Let me see here. Look at this already. Oh, some of it's already available in the store. Let's see how much they're selling this Van Soon jacket for. This Van Soon collaboration. It's probably already gonna. That's probably gonna be $1,000, right? Yeah, $2,000. Yeah, ALD don't play, bro. You want a leather distressed moto jacket that fits perfectly? You pay. You fucking pay. ALD do not mess around when it comes to the prices, not in any way, shape, or form. You want that fucking jacket, you fucking pay. You don't pay, you don't get the jacket. So yeah, a lot of stuff is available now already, filtering through on their website, so check them out. They're also doing watches. Oh, they've got there's a Cartier watch they're doing as well, and the Rolex. Nice, classic. I don't mind that. I don't mind that as well. Nice little tops and polos and fleeces and more. What's that? What brand is that? That's a Dior. There's got Omega watches here. Okay, I'm not mad at that in the slightest. $65 for Hapso. They don't play games, huh? They don't do anything for cheap. ALD, they don't do nothing for cheap. So big up ALD. Check them out if you haven't already. Check them out if you haven't already. So continuing on. Balenciaga Fall 2025 collection dropped just recently, or the show was on just the other day, or just a couple hours ago actually. What am I talking about? I watched the live stream. I really like the soundtrack. I'm assuming Boyfriend did the majority of the soundtrack, which happens to be Demna's boyfriend, ironically enough. But the collection was a little bit underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna double check the review here, courtesy of Vogue.com, to see what's going on, the whole collection. But I think it was about 80 plus looks, and the interesting thing about it was I think the first 10 were all tailoring and suits. I don't think I've seen that from Demna at Balenciaga for a long time. I'm not sure if that's intentional, if he's trying to send a message, but I'm pretty sure everything that I saw from this collection was suiting. A lot of tailoring, a lot of fucking tailoring. So I wonder if this is actually a natural progression of things that are going forward, or if this is just a one-off thing. But wasn't that much things that I was super into. But I'm gonna quickly scan through this and see what I want. Actually, you know what? It might be better just to go through all the images like this from the other page. Yeah, it's on big and just kind of enlarge this. But as I go through these images, like I said before, the first 10 or so looks were all tailoring or all suiting, which was kind of interesting. I wonder if he's trying to send a message that he's over the whole, like, you know, that you can do more than just t-shirts and hoodies and sweats and whatever. Because he spent a long time trying to convince the world that t-shirts and sweats and shit are just as luxurious as tailoring, or just as, you know, sophisticated as tailoring. But so far we've got a lot of blazers, we've got a lot of suits, we've got a lot of overcoats, we've got a lot of button-up shirts. We've got this polo that I like the look of. I'm not too sure what's embroidered on the polo. It almost looks like the logo of the polo kind of looks like the Albanian flag, kind of. I'm not too sure if that's what I see there. Is it the Albanian flag that's got the line of the Albania flag? Yeah, it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Albanian flag, a little bit, maybe because of the color combination. but maybe that's what I think of it. It kind of looks similar to the Aime Leon flag, or maybe it's something else. I'm not too sure what it is there, but I don't mind that polo. I think that polo is actually quite nice. And for once, it's not like a shrunken polo. It's not like a skinny polo. It's just like a normal fitting polo that looks really nice with the outfit, with the matching Balenciaga motorcycle helmet. Again, the only bit of streetwear type stuff you get from the first 10 looks is maybe this jacket here on the left hand side. That might be a denim jacket flip. It could be whatever else. There's lots. Maybe this is more of a finance bro thing, because I've seen this jacket here on the 11, and it does like every jacket that you see a guy from Liverpool Street wearing. That's working in their finance roles. I do love this look here in number 12. This is kind of taking a corset and making it into a shirt, which is a clever design flip. This is really fucking cool, I think. Creativity wise, you know, the corset's kind of turned into a shirt. I'm not too mad at that. This is also pretty nice. Look number 13. This jacket in particular. I'm not too sure if this is neoprene or something, but I love the way that it fits. It's almost been laser cut around this model's arms and body. It fits fucking impeccably well. Look number 14 is also really nice, especially in motion. This look was incredible to see how the skirt was flowing and the jacket as well. It fit fucking fantastic. I'm also a big fan of the gloves. Check the gloves out. Those gloves look fucking hard. I'm gonna have to buy them, because I'm into buying gloves from all these different fucking companies and shit. Those gloves look fucking hard. They've got I think they look like motorcycle jackets. They've got reinforced knuckles and shit, because usually those are what you get in motorcycle jackets. They're usually a bit more padded knuckles, and sometimes on the inside of your hands, so if you slip and stuff, you can have some sort of protection there. The glasses are also really cool. They kind of remind me of the glasses that Stevie Wonder would wear, like the ones that are legitimately made for blind people. Let's do Stevie Wonder glasses. I think they kind of remind me of those, which they kind of wrap around and they don't let any light in and shit. So those look pretty wild. I'm not mad at them in the slightest. There, let me see if I'm confused. They kind of remind me a little bit of the Stevie Wonder glasses, where they kind of go completely over your face. Oh, wait, those are the ones I think when he was kind of younger, like he'd wear these ones there. They kind of remind me a little bit of those, where they kind of completely cover your face there. That one there on the bottom there, they kind of look a little bit like that, but I don't mind those in the slightest. The sunshades on 15 look pretty decent. Again, not much streetwear, not much casual wear you describe it to be. Not a lot of hoodies. There's a hoodie kind of here going on there, look number 18, but it's more like a funnel neck. It's more like a turtleneck funnel neck thing with that also has a kangaroo pocket, but it's not really a hoodie, you know, but it looks like a hoodie. There's some jeans also. I love this though, this edition of the jeans. I'm not sure if you can see it, but on the bottom of the jeans, it kind of drags across the bottom of the floor. So I'm sure on the back of them, it's sort of like they're cut in a particular way where your jeans cover the entirety of your shoes. So they're scraping along the floor in the front. I kind of like that style, I'm not going to lie. That's kind of hard. I wonder how they cut it. I wonder if they cut it at the back really short, but they left the long a bit longer. You know how jeans have like two parts, the front and the back. I wonder if they cut the front shorter and made the back shorter and the front longer, so that the front of your shoe will kind of scrape along the floor. So it creates this weird feeling that you're not wearing any shoes. It looks really fucking cool, I'm not gonna lie. And they're a bit more baggy than the regular flares everyone's wearing. I think these look much cooler as a styling nod. Leather trenches are also really nice. That looks like it's made out of suede or something. Or look number 17. Again, the shades that block out everything. This guy I feel like was on this model. I feel like I've seen him before. Look number 19. This model. I feel like I've seen him do Playboy Carti stuff or something, so it's cool to see him there. Nice bags. There's a cool bag there as well that I don't mind the shape of. There's a shirt here that says Standard. I'm not sure if this is a collaboration with a Standard hotel or not. The shades, again, I fucking love them. They're completely wrap around. They almost look like, again, like blind glasses or like snowboard goggles or something that have been kind of enlarged. I like the look of those glasses. Again, there's that turtleneck, funnel neck thing with the kangaroo pockets. Again, the jeans that cover completely the front of your shoe. What else have we got here? We've got a cap that says main. Is it main? What's that say? Main collection, I think that says. Is that main collection? Oh no, it says main character. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's gonna be very popular, especially with my techno fucking people and my fiends and people in my circle. They're gonna love this. There's a snapback that says main character. That's gonna be very fucking popular for sure. I envision that. There's probably gonna be a t-shirt for it as well. Yeah, I think that he's wearing a t-shirt there. There's a trench coat that's got a matching t-shirt. It's probably gonna be, it's very popular too. Again, an overcoat there is very nice. There's a carrier bag, a plastic one, looks like they're on look number 25. There's a, look at this, there's an enlarged hoodie dress That's fucking incredible. I don't mind this, to be fair. That's actually pretty cool. I think we're gonna see a lot of I think we're gonna see a lot of rappers wearing this, because it's probably gonna come in all different colors. And if you're thinking, if you're not confused, if you're just confused what I'm saying, it's essentially a hoodie that's been enlarged, and it kind of it goes basically down to the knees, or sorry, down to the floor. It's huge. It looks fucking huge. It looks like a dress essentially. And it's also got kangaroo pockets as well on the side of them as well. It looks pretty hard. I'm not mad at that. Again, the motorcycle gloves on the women who aren't carrying the helmet is pretty funny. I love the gloves. I want them, by the way. Balenciaga motorcycle gloves. They have to be mine. They look so fucking hard. I need those. I need those. And also maybe two of the biggest guys I've ever seen wearing Balenciaga on the runway. The most jacked guys I've ever seen. This black guy here and this dude here. Super jacked. You don't usually see that. They're wearing these ripped sleeveless shirt things, which are fucking crazy. It's almost like the sleeves have been burnt off, and it's exposing some of their chest and their arms. So if you don't have good chest or good shoulders, probably keep out this one. And they're also wearing matching, what do you call these, rider boots, I guess, cowboy boots. I guess you'd call them like that. I don't know what they are, but they go up to your knees. They kind of remind me of the boots Italian girls wear, Italian tourist girls that come to London. Again, the corset, style of the corset taken into a leather jacket is a really interesting flip as well. The glasses I also really like. Look number 36 is also going to be popular. A lot of people, I think, a lot of the girls. I can see someone like an OK Lou, probably once she gives birth and she's back out and running, she probably might be wearing this. I think a lot of the girls wear this, or maybe in a Pink Panthers. Ice Spice is probably going to be on that jacket with that fur hood. It's really good, really incognito. Again, the goggles or those glasses are really hard. I really like them as well. There's also that same boot that's been made into a boot that goes all the way up to the top of your knees. I don't mind that also. There's a denim jacket with a hood on it, fur hood. There's that sleeveless shirt again. I wonder what the idea is behind this. It's almost as like it got burned off in it, or ripped off by a monster or something on the sleeves. This is an interesting little style nod here on the jumper with the pin on the front to cinch the front of the jumper, which isn't too shabby. This is a pretty nice flip. I don't mind that. Taking a hoodie, adding a faux fur hood on the front to make it luxurious, but then also having a font here that says luxury on the front, which is a pretty nice little addition. Leather jacket here, look number 42 is also interesting. The Puma collaboration stuff, I didn't like it in the slightest. Maybe because I just don't see, I don't really like Puma in general. That's a bit naff to me personally as a brand. But yeah, Puma, there's loads of Puma collaboration stuff, so I'm sure that's going to be a big part of the collection going forward. You've got a jacket here, leather jacket, track pants. You got track pants again. You got track jackets, probably some bags. You got snapbacks from Puma. No shoes though, I don't think, but a lot of that sort of stuff. These boots, I think a lot of the girls are gonna wear too. A lot of the IG baddies, I think, are gonna be wearing these. IG baddies love a good fire high boot, so I think these fire high boots, if they come in different colorways, they're gonna be very popular with the IG baddies out there. As were these. Yeah, they come in black. Yep, so I think a lot of girls are gonna be into those. There's a Puma track jacket. This is actually a quite nice one. The 50 is quite nice, this track jacket, but again, it's Puma. You could probably get a basic one like this on Vinted for cheap. There's a different glasses here, by the way. Another style of a glass here that's pretty decent. I'm not sure what that style is there. I pretty like that. There's a Puma bathrobe. That bubble jacket or bomber jacket is really nice. I'm not sure what the medal's about, but that's a pretty cool little touch, as is a bag. Yeah, okay, underwhelming, but okay, I'm not gonna lie. This tracksuit is actually pretty decent. Reminds me a little bit of Corteiz, this actual makeup, or maybe it's a Sparta Prague thing, I don't know what it is, but this is also kind of nice. Look number 58, don't mind that. Look number 59, this model's giving it, hips out, a little bit of the shoulders revealing there. She's doing it with a walk. And yeah, some more Puma stuff, very Central European, Eastern European. Look number 62. I feel like I've seen a guy in my area wearing that exact same outfit every other day. So that's interesting there. What else we got going on? Yep, another good. Oh, okay, we got some looks here that look like they'd be straight off the counter estate again, with the body warmers and the tracksuits underneath. But I know there's also a kink for this, isn't it, in the gay scene? I forgot what it's called, but I remember seeing it someone on my Twitter. I came about a profile that was just showing a lot of guys wearing, like, I guess it's like chavwear. It's a big thing. It's a kink or something, or whatever people are into. So guys that wear, like, chavwear, TNs, socks, tracksuits tucked into their socks and shit. So I wonder if this is where the inspiration come from, or if this is just like him trying to, you know, echo some of the vibes he's seen from the Parisian kids and that live in the fucking hoods and shit. I don't know, but you've seen a lot of that with the tracksuits tucked into the socks. What we do, like, we're playing football and shit. And yeah, there's some decent looks here, but again, a bit underwhelming for me. I'm not gonna lie. This tracksuit here, actually on the left hand side, look number 70 is actually pretty nice. Again, the glasses are harder than hard because they conceal so much of your face. I fucking love those, to be fair. Number 72, but I feel like they always make great fucking glasses, and that's it, I think, for the most part. They don't have all the looks there, but that's it for the most part. That's the general vibe. Again, not the greatest Demna collection at Balenciaga. Maybe the truth is he's running out of ideas. Who knows? Or maybe we're just bored of seeing this aesthetic. But I wasn't that enamored by it. There's not a lot of good footwear really. The best thing about this is probably the glasses and maybe some jackets. I really do love the styling idea behind those denim jeans though. That's something I'm definitely going to take and try and copy myself. Or if I can't buy the jeans themselves, I'm going to try and do it myself. Especially because if you watch the show, because I watched it live, if you watched it, when the model was walking down the runway, it looked incredible because it felt like the jeans were sweeping the floor, the runway. So I think that's something that I'll definitely try to do. As you can see here, I'm going to focus into it a little bit there, but there, it felt like she was sweeping the runway with the front of those jeans. So that's something I'll definitely love to copy because that looks fucking cool. And I wonder if it's just as simple as cutting the back short and making the front longer to get this sort of effect. It kind of looks like an elephant foot sort of thing, and it kind of, as the like the shoe is disappearing, like you can't see nothing going on there. I fucking love that. I think that looks super hard. That looks really fucking cool. So that's probably the best bit. And also again, the glasses as well. I thought the glasses were done really well as well. The shades, those are fucking hard. They cover so much of your face, and they don't let any light in, don't let any strangers in as well. Big pearly earrings. I'm not too mad at that. But again, slightly underwhelming from Demna. But hey, we move. And talking about moving, that is the end of the show. Thank you for tuning in. That has been the Agostinho Zinga Show episode number, 884. I've got to quickly prepare for the random show. If you guys are tuning in via the live stream, do not leave. You'll be redirected to the random show straight away. Don't leave. You'll be redirected straight away. I'm going to be playing my tune today for those of you listening via the audio side of the podcast. It's actually a weird one. It's a Playboy Carti in the Weekend mashup of Timeless that's been made as an edit on Billie Jean, Michael Jackson's famous song Billie Jean. That's going to be playing out for me now. But for those of you watching live, thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time tuning in via the podcast, leave me a 5-star review. That'd be greatly appreciated. And for the rest of you, I'll see you on the random show coming up next. But for now, take care, everybody. Be safe, and everybody be safe. And I'll see you again soon. Peace.